Fuck yeah, dude. Happy to fucking have you on, brother.
Yes, sir.
I know I've been wanting to ask you for a while, but you know we haven't been. We're just acquaintances and shit. So when we hit each other up, I was like, "Do you want to be a fucking guest?" I was like, "Let's hit it up."
Yeah, bro, let's do it.
Fuck
Shit,
yeah.
I'm down.
You do y'all have a studio, or you do it like at the house, or
We do it at the house, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an office that it was a studio at one time because we used to do music.
yeah.
So
I
now we
remember that.
just, I still have all that set up, but I kind of took it down because my wife's like, dude, you don't even do this no more. Like, just put everything up. So the Bluebird and the Spark that I had to record, it's all put away, but it's still there.
Okay,
And I edit the podcast that we do on my Pro Tools. So
Okay.
That's cool, bro.
And then we got our own little setup deal. So it's pretty cool.
Are y'all really heavily guest related or not?
Nah.
Really? See, that's the thing with having a studio at your house, man, because you're opening your house to a bunch of randoms.
So we do two podcasts, right? So we do the Let Me Find Out, then
And
we
then
do
the
the Dog
Dog-
Fellas.
yeah.
And the
Oh,
Dog
that's right.
Fellas, there's like probably about a total of maybe 6 of us, but not everybody at the same time. So, but they're all homeboys that I've known forever. you
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
that.
So-
I get
Okay,
that.
Yeah, but I don't ever have guests.
Just random
Every
people.
now and then, but we'll Bluetooth them in. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah, okay.
And most of the breeders that we talk to, we'll Bluetooth them in because they're from Dallas.
Like you mean a
Houston.
phone through the phone?
Okay, yeah. So you can do, okay, dope. So you network Dallas and
Oh,
New
dude,
Mexico,
everywhere,
those
bro.
around here? Okay. I've noticed it's big. I was talking with you, back in the day,
Yeah.
how they did that. I see that blowing up more and more here in West
Yeah.
Texas. It's
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
dude.
Do
Yeah,
you
it's
ship
crazy.
dogs or not? They come and pick them up.
I haven't gotten to where I shipped one yet.
Okay.
But there's people that do, and we've bought dogs that we've had shipped here. So there's like transporters that will go pick up your dog for you.
I didn't know that.
That's cool. Good.
I thought you just go to UPS and shit.
Now, some of them pay transporters, and some people even fly them, bro. Like the lady that I'm doing business with right now, she shot one out to Tennessee, bro. So she's in Austin. She took the dog to the airport, plane ticket, everything, bro. With his, whatever she sent them with, and the flight nanny will sit on the plane with them and deliver the dog.
Goddamn,
and
she
fly
had to
back.
buy 2 tickets then.
Man, I need a career change. I'll go be a dad.
Hey, dude, it's wild, bro.
There's a lot of
It's-
money, it sounds
dude,
like.
it's crazy, bro, because the dog business, bro, they're so, like, it's just not dogs, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you got repro services, you got graphic designers, you got nannies, you got transporters, groomers.
Here I am bitching
Man,
because
bro,
my
it's
wife
crazy.
spent $1,600 on the golden doodle. Y'all
Hey,
talking
bro.
about dog nannies.
Yo,
and
that's for the nanny
flight
to eat
tickets
for the
and shit.
weekend and shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
it's
I,
wild, bro.
I never realized how
Yeah.
lucrative it is of a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a litter of 4, man, and I sold them all for $5,000 each. I had this lady from Midland come, bro. She paid me a $500 deposit. She was waiting on the DNA and the health certificate from the dog.
For the Frenchie?
And whenever she came to pick the dog up, she brought an envelope stacked with cash, bro.
That's
Amen
cheap,
to that,
right?
bro.
For a
oh
Frenchie?
yeah, bro.
5K?
That's cheap, bro. I let them go real cheap.
Amen, brother.
Yep. But it was a quick come up, bro. I wasn't trying to be greedy, man, because I lost my boy that I was telling you about. I lost my boy Pablo, and then to get Pablo's blood back, one of my boys let me use his stud for free, so I didn't pay anything coming in. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to be greedy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I probably could have gotten more.
Do you do the...
Yeah.
You do it yourself?
Jack them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
put
did
on
it
some slow
yourself?
music. Some slow music.
Did I tell you the story? when I
That's
said-
how I know,
Oh
because
my
I didn't
God.
know. I didn't know
Whenever I
that's how
found
it
out,
was.
bro, like my nephew, he had told me, hey man, we're gonna go. You know, they call it pulling, right? We're gonna go pull Gotti. I said, all right, cool. And we took him to Gabe's house, bro. And this dude puts on the gloves, and then his dog started going crazy. He's like, man, he said, get
That's
off, bro,
crazy,
get off.
bro.
Dude, I was
Yeah,
telling
the
him.
dog already knows what time it is.
The first time we did it, I thought it was gonna be like surgical kind of shit, right? So I
Yeah.
get everything straightened out. I put a sheet out
You
there.
put
and stuff.
Kenny G on.
Homeboy showed up eating a sandwich, man. Eating a sandwich, bro. And fucking just the whole time just put
Yeah.
the bag, went to
Yeah.
work, and got it. And I was
Yeah,
just
there's
like,
like two little,
That's
little,
crazy. Yeah.
like bead looking things, bro. And you just work it, bro, and he'll get to going, bro.
and so
He
every
never
time
put the sandwich
you
down.
never put the sandwich down.
And you know what's
Little
crazy,
bit more
bro?
He's like,
sauce,
that's my
squeeze some
money
more
maker. That's
sauce
my
on
boy
it.
right there.
You know what's wild, bro? One of my homeboys, we had seen him, bro, at, I think it was at Minchie's, bro. And we were talking about it, right? And he said, man, my homeboy's wife does that, bro, for $50. And then my other homeboy said, hey, tell her what's up.
He's like, I don't have dogs, but what's up?
That's what I told him. I said, did he do you this?
It was a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, I got a good price.
Hey, so I got a
He still had
homeboy.
sandwiches.
So this other homeboy that does it, bro, he told this other dude that does it for us. He said, "Hey man, tell him whenever he pulls Bam Bam that I want him a slow stroke and I want him to give him eye contact." That's funny, bro.
Whisper in his ear.
It's right though, because I was telling him that the dog that we were getting done, my stud, he's never had female contact, right? So it was always AIs. So every time, the dude's name was Tim, he was from Leveland. So every time he would come down, my dog would see him. It would instant.
Yeah,
he was ready to rock and roll.
That's
Ready
crazy,
to rock and roll, man.
It's wild, bro. Like this one
that's
one
crazy
homeboy
shit.
from
Yeah,
Dallas,
it's
bro.
hilarious.
That fucking
He has
lipstick.
Dude.
Hey, he has a like a special rug, bro, for the dog to get traction or whatever. As soon as he throws the rug down, bro, and gets the gloves, the dog's like all over him, bro.
That red rocket's out.
It's
He's like,
crazy, bro.
And
that's crazy.
It's
It's
the
a
craziest
trip,
thing,
man.
man.
Yeah.
And,
But when you do it right like that, you can, sounds like you can make a good business off of that. But when you're breeding the dogs to be some badass dogs, it sells itself, right?
Oh, yeah, bro.
People
Yeah,
want
it
good
sells
breeds.
itself,
But
bro.
it gets
Yeah.
caught in a contraption.
a bag.
So they put it in a bag,
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
So they put it in a bag, and then what they'll do is they'll get an extender, right? And they'll put the extender in there, like just
From
like
the
with
syringe?
a syringe. Yeah, and then
Because
they'll
if
get
it hits
that.
oxygen, I would imagine
It'll
goes
start
bad,
to
right?
die.
Somebody's going to hear your
So they'll
podcast, get a
ship it.
Ziploc.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
hell yeah.
Yeah, they'll do it and then they'll get the female and
Yeah,
lube
they'll
up
put the
thing
yeah,
in.
yeah, put it
Shoot
in
her
there.
up, man.
that's
Yeah, so one of my
crazy.
homeboys has a long. It's called like I can't even think of the name right now, but it's a long tube stick with a camera at the end of it, bro, and it's got a little camera right here, so he'll insert it, and then you see the uterus open up, bro, and then he'll just.
I've seen where somebody
Insert
I
it
don't know
right
if it's on my friends list or they were tagged in it, but man, the ultrasounds, you throw them in
Everything, bro.
that's crazy,
Everything,
brother.
bro.
And I love animals, bro. So when I
It's
see
a
you
trip,
doing it
bro.
right, it's
It's a trip.
That's cool, bro.
If you buy a Frenchie from a breeder, chances are like it was done by like that and what they.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Breeders,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, every now and then, well, they said that whenever you breed a dog naturally like that too, they carry like STDs and stuff like that too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they're running around outside.
I imagine, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Dragging it all over the dirt and all
it's
that.
a
you know what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
I didn't
man,
know
people
dogs
think-
had STDs.
Yeah.
They think it's
Me neither,
A lot
me
of people
neither.
think the dog game is like, oh, just 2 dogs, hook them up.
Nah,
It's a lot
it's
of
a
work
lot, bro.
behind it, man.
And so,
Lot.
like, you know, whenever your
That's crazy,
female
bro.
starts bleeding, right? So usually the heat cycle starts 7 days on a regular dog. It's crazy it's different for different dogs, but my dogs usually I'll start testing them for pedestrones to see what their ovulation numbers are, right? So after 7 days, we'll start taking blood samples, and then they'll tell me, okay, she's at a 4. The dog has the levels have to be between an 8 and a 15. That's the cycle that you want to hit
where
right
you
there,
wanna
right?
hit, okay, yeah.
So you hit them. We usually do twice. I hit them back to back one day, and then the following day I'll do it again. Just that way, because the dog stays pregnant for 63 days at the longest, right? So if you start doing like one day, this day, 2 days later, then 2
Yeah.
days later, it's kind of hard to determine which day she actually took. So whenever I do it, it's just 2 days back to back.
because you're scheduling for like C-sections and
Yeah,
stuff,
bro.
right?
Because if you let your dog go too long, like my bully,
They'll suffocate.
yeah, bro.
Damn,
So
that's
she
crazy.
had
I didn't know that.
she had 2
Yeah.
pups at the house and they died, bro. And while I was in line at the vet checking her in, she was pushing another one out.
Oh man.
And so out of 7 dogs, I brought 5 home, and then 1 died later from complications from that. from
They
the breeding.
need to have a C-section.
It's a
They
lot
can't-
safer for them,
This is
man.
it's safer because they're littler dogs,
Yeah.
bro. And then not only that, if you don't get an X-ray done, you don't know how many dogs are in there and how many she's pushing out.
That's crazy,
That's a
bro.
whole lot of.
Dude, I'm
Y'all,
saying
y'all
so-
are talking all this shit, and I'm just racking up
So,
the
like you
money
said,
Yeah, hey,
in my mind.
Yes,
bro.
that's what I'm
money,
saying.
bro.
That's
It's
why you
crazy.
can't sell them. Like he sold
Yeah.
them cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard. People are like, damn, that's a lot for a dog. But there's tons of fucking work that goes
Yeah,
into it, man.
bro.
Tons
I
of
did
work
I
and
did
money.
DNA tests on these 4 dogs that I just had, right? $250 a test, bro. So I paid $1,000, bro, just to find out the DNA and the health
Yeah.
on these dogs, and then people want a cheap ass dog. I'm like, bro, I
And that-
spent $1,000 just on the testing.
And that's
You know
good
what I'm
that
saying?
y'all put it out there like that, because really, me, I didn't even know.
Yeah, 'cause
that,
yeah,
you know, to think
didn't.
what
How much is the pedestrian test now?
$70.
See, and you take it. We used to take ours to Live Oaks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they send that shit to UMC.
Yeah, well now they do it in house.
Oh, in house.
Yeah,
But back
and then they
then
got
when
people,
we did it,
yeah,
they would send it
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And then you keep call. I would call
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah, to
hey,
find out
here,
what they
yeah,
are. Yeah, 'cause it's a time
otherwise-
crunch,
yeah,
bro.
it's a time
What is
crunch,
what
man.
is what is the test y'all are talking about?
see what her
pedestrians,
levels
to
on
see
her
what the levels
pregnancy.
are.
Oh.
Yeah. So to breed a dog, bro, she starts bleeding. You take 2 to 3 pedestrian test levels, right? So if you get it done from a person in town, he'll probably give you a deal for like $50 a test. That's still $150.
Yeah.
At the low end, right? And then you do the actual breeding, which you probably pay anywhere from $500 to sometimes $10,000, bro, for that sperm.
Man.
God,
Depending on the dog,
I've
bro.
seen where some people
Depending
post
on the
that,
dog,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
one of my
we
homeboys,
interviewed
yeah.
a
is that where they
girl
talk about like the champion or the
Yeah.
bloodline bullshit
and
like,
DNA, fluffy carrier, hairless, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever stud you choose to go with. So you're paying anywhere from that in that range for your stud, and then you do the breeding. 35 days later, you do a confirmation, which is usually about $75, just to tell you that she took. And then at day 50, you do an X-ray to find out how many pups you have. The vet will charge you $200, bro, just for that. And then
About 10 minutes, bro.
yeah.
You go in there and check her.
And then once she starts getting closer to having the pups, they do a reverse progesterone, right? So you want the levels to be between 8 and 15. Now you want the level to be at a 2 or lower for them to go in and do the C-section to take the dog out. And then that's another $70. And then the C-section is about $1,500.
And that's if everything goes smooth. Let's
Yeah.
say she goes into labor before
Yeah,
you're
and they
scheduled.
hit you
That's
with an
emergency.
emergency.
Yep.
That's like $3,000 off the rip, bro.
what's your take on
That is nuts.
do we have any pet stores where they sell pets here in town? We used to, right, in
At
the
the
mall.
mall, We used
to,
What's
yeah.
your take on
Hey,
those type of stores?
One off University.
Man, to me, bro, you don't really
PetSmart,
know,
not no more.
like if it's like a puppy
Yeah,
mill
they
type
used
deal.
to,
You
but
know
no.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because if you can't sell a litter on your own, then you're taking it to the pet store and you're getting pennies on the dollar
Yeah,
for the dog,
yeah.
bro, and letting them do whatever. So I wouldn't do it, bro. I want to know how that dog that I'm buying a pup off is being treated. What kind of nutrients are you giving the dog? I want to actually see and know the breeder and the dog.
That's an
You know what I'm
investment.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're paying a high dollar like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking A, man.
It's crazy.
I thought paying for my kids' wrestling stuff was expensive.
Hell yeah.
I'd tip my hat to you. That's crazy, bro.
Here I am
a
talking
lot,
shit
bro.
about catcher's equipment for T-ball team.
That shit's crazy, bro.
That's
It's a lot.
That's cool, bro. That's crazy to break it down like that. Because I was one of those, a few years ago, seeing it, like, man, why would somebody spend so much money? But then you think about the stuff that goes behind the scenes. And that's crazy, bro.
Then
That's
not only
badass.
that, bro,
That's dope.
it's like 8 weeks of taking care of dogs around the clock, bro.
yeah.
But like I had this lady in Austin take care of the dogs for me for 4 weeks because it was around Christmas time, right? So she gave me a hell of a deal, bro, and charged me $300 a week. She charged me $75 a dog a week to watch them for
That's
me.
not bad, yeah.
But there's different people, so there's even people that do that, bro. That watch your dog for you,
That's kind of cool.
and they
man.
charge like on average about $1,000 a week.
That's cool when you can find a good community like that, yeah.
Real quick before we start the show, bro. What's your take on dog food?
Dog food?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different brands that are like, some are frowned upon, some are good or whatever.
Like, if you cared about your dog, you wouldn't be buying shit from Walmart or Sam's, right?
I would get it from Walmart as long as it says veterinary recommended. As long as it's vet recommended, because I get my food from Walmart sometimes.
You don't think
Purina
they
one.
just pay for that stamp?
See, I've heard they pay. You don't do like the raw diet on them.
I did, bro. I started them off on a raw diet, and when we went to LA last year, man, bro, it turned into a shit show.
Bro.
Because we have. Well, now I got more Frenchies, but at the
Because they're
time I
shitting
had
everywhere or what?
Nah, bro, because I have a little Shih Tzu mix that has a real sensitive stomach. And so she was getting into their food, and, man, it tore her up, bro. There was shit all over the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like bloody shit. Like it was tearing her ass up. So I don't do raw diet no more. But what I do is I give them Purina Pro 1, and I boil chicken, and I grind it up, and I mix it in their food every day.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do that.
The reason why I ask is because we, when we first bought our first dog that we gave a shit about, we went to go buy him just food, and we knew nothing. Like, to me, get him, what was it, kibbles and bits or whatever?
Yeah, what we
There
grew up with.
was a
Get some
guy-
gravy train.
There was a guy
still
there
guilty
at,
sometimes.
PetSmart, and he showed us all the kibble in water, and he was like, all this shit is nasty for
Yeah,
your dog because it's
kibble's not
all
good, bro.
fucking oil, bro. Like
Really?
it was all oil in
Yeah.
that water. And then he showed us this one called Bill Jack. And he was like, check out this kibble. And it was just like, you can tell it was mushy, but there was no oil in the water, nothing. So we started getting that. Well, dude, that was like $80 a bag, bro. So it was a pit. That motherfucker was eating us out of a house, man.
yeah.
So we found Authority, which was cheaper, but almost the same. And that's why I asked because, you know, a lot of people buy just the cheapest shit. And based on what I saw, man, all them kibbles, different brands was all oil in that water.
Yeah,
Good looking out.
kibbles is like a lot of it's not good for your dog, bro.
Yeah, that's what I
why
saw.
they shit so much. Because if you have them on a raw diet, they'll shit less, bro. Because
I didn't know that.
their
Shit,
body
that's crazy.
absorbs
We do
everything
raw.
that they need, and then the kibble they're shitting it all out because it's not what their body needs, you know. But like, there's a store.
But that's why they all got cancer. Like you were like, I didn't even know dogs got cancer.
bro.
Like they're eating all this shit.
Yeah.
Like
One
guilty
of
of
my
that.
homeboys owns a bully store right here. It's called
we ate.
Working Dog Supply.
Oh,
And
Adrian.
He sells, Adrian Garcia, bro.
yeah.
That's where
he
we get our
sells the
food
shit
now.
that you need. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Adrian will put you up on game, bro.
the girl that cuts my hair, I went to school with her forever, Pam. I don't know if you know her husband, Michael Cardenas.
Man, that didn't sound familiar.
They're older than
he's
us.
in the bully scene,
Okay.
and he.
Oh yeah.
So his wife cuts my hair, but like I said, I went to school with her since elementary, and she told us about that store. And then I talked to old boy, and he's very knowledgeable.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, he was telling us that one of the kibble that we bought, he was like, we were like, no, we don't like that because the dogs didn't like that. He goes, no, it's the lamb or salmon, right? It was the salmon.
They didn't like
They were itching.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, a lot of dogs have allergies to salmon.
Okay.
He's like, get the lamb. And we were like, fuck.
Yeah, I feed mine lamb, the lamb and rice.
Yeah, we get the lamb and rice. Yeah.
I'm gonna take notes on this
Before I
shit,
had a
man. It's
question,
cool.
what do you think about like bully max? Like you said, we make your dog look like this. Do you believe in all that, or you be more genetic versus?
I like more genetics,
Natural.
but I used it to see if it worked, and it boosted my female up. But her genetics are badass. Bro.
What
Yeah,
are
that's
you,
what I'm saying,
What are you
like,
talking about? What
like,
is that?
It's
like
like
I
a-
see some
it's
dogs
a-
that'll have like just an ordinary pit bull, and then they'll go into places and be like order Bully Max and all the supplements.
Yeah, Bully
and
Max is a supplement.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
and
supplement.
expect
cool.
their dog
Okay.
to look like the picture on
Oh,
there. And-
okay.
and I'll try to break their. I don't mean to break their heart, but I'm like, dude, there's no way
Yeah.
your dog will look healthier and he'll gain weight and his coat will be really
Yeah.
nice.
So
but
they
he'll
want
never
him to look like Kipo on
no, not
TikTok.
that big. Not that big.
all
Shirtless.
sexy.
Sexy.
Sexy shirtless, sexy shirtless
Hey,
Kipo.
that was your shout out, Kipo, because I would give you a full one, but your girl called and you weren't allowed to talk anymore.
Some of your listeners are gonna go look at his Instagram. They're gonna, JP, why did you do that to us?
Yeah. So it's a supplement.
Yeah, but
okay.
So some people really buy into it, but I believe that it's 90% genetics, man. With,
Yeah,
with your
it's
dog,
gotta be
your
genetics,
bloodline.
bro.
You
It's
know,
gotta
the
be
bloodline
genetics,
on your
yeah.
dog. But you know, I just
Yeah.
always see people always hit me up back then was like, oh man, I met what's that rapper dude with the cross on his forehead? Well, that's all of them now.
21?
Yeah, I
21
met him in
Savage?
Dallas, right, at a dog show. We're in the mall walking the dog, and he had a big old ultra. I didn't know who he was. I felt dumb.
Yeah.
So he was talking to me about the dog, and I was like, oh yeah. He said, man, I'm gonna get some dogs, and he was telling me all this stuff. I was like, cool. He goes, can I get your number? And I was like, cool. So I gave him my number and shit like that. Didn't know who the dude was. I just knew he had to be somebody popular, maybe just in Dallas or something.
Because he had a big entourage.
Yeah, he had a shitload of people, right? You know, all dressed up.
Yeah.
So my girl and her brother, Tommy, were getting some glasses. And I go over there. I said, I met some dude over there. And they're like, who? I said, I don't know. He said he was a rapper and stuff. And they're over there, and they're like, oh, who? And I was telling him, I said, I don't know. It was like 21, something.
He's a savage or something.
And then my daughter Angel was like, "Was it him?" I said, "Yeah, that's him." She's like, "He's famous." Then I was like, "No, he's not. He was right here. You know what I mean?"
I saw him at Pete's Burgers. He wasn't fucking famous.
I said I gave him my number, and then she was like, "Oh, he's gonna." I said, dude. So like 2 weeks go by, man, and I get a number calling me, and I was like, usually I don't answer it. You know, this bill collector or something. So I was like, fuck it. Sometimes I like to fuck with them, right? So I answer, and it was that dude, right? And I was like,
Oh shit, shut up.
I was like, what the fuck? And my daughter's tripping beside me, and he was like, hey, man, I bought this dog, and I was wondering, like, about the supplements and stuff, and I was like, man, dude, you know, I was like, I don't know what your dog's bloodlines look like.
Yeah.
Badass, yeah.
But
If you got a badass bloodline, you don't need that.
yeah, I said, I do my dogs on a raw diet, man. But just talk to your breeder, but look at your bloodline. Look at your paperwork. You put it on the was it Bullypedia? And you can see all your
Yeah,
dogs.
the pedigree.
That's
You
dope.
had the pedigree on it and see all your dogs, man. He was all right. Can I call you back in another time? Any questions? I was like, yeah, cool, man. And my daughter was like, hey, call him today. Call him. I'm like, no.
She's all telling all her friends. My dad knows 21 Savage.
I wonder if that was the time where he was dating Amber Rose. Hey,
I never called that number again.
Send
bro.
me your
I never
chick's
called.
tits,
He never called
man.
back.
I'll give you all my info for
Give
free.
me your.
And then they were like, what if you wanted your dog? I said, shit, I would have gave him that. fucking dog.
Dude, I tried to give it to Thomas and JP.
Dude, no. But if I knew who he was, like how famous he was, then
yeah.
I would have gave him my dog, and then I could have posted that this dude has my
Took your
dog.
dog.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
They would
actually
put my dogs
true.
up on
Yeah.
a different level.
Network, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about advertisement, man.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
beautiful dogs out there, bro.
And I got a homeboy in Dallas that his biggest clients are NFL stars.
See,
that's the
what you
hot
like, 'cause
spot,
you
right?
get-
The money, bro.
I see
Yeah.
that. With,
Oh, yeah,
they have
Dallas-
some big
Dallas is the
convention.
hub,
Oh yeah,
bro.
I see
Yeah,
that, bro.
man, Dallas. Oh, dude, tons of show. But like I said, like your homeboy gets in with those dudes, they're gonna tell their other famous football players,
yeah.
and then they're gonna they got the bread.
That
to buy your
networking,
dog.
brother.
Yeah.
I see that. That's what I'm saying. To me, I thought it was always just something small, like locally, some homeboys do it or some others, and then now you see it's like the networking is becoming
crazy, bro.
multi. Yeah, it's bad,
I
bro.
knew there was money in it, but not this kind of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, bro.
But
That's
you're
cool that
spending
you're
money
doing it.
though. You are spending.
You got to
That's
spend it
crazy.
to make it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
But he has
That's
a
why I ain't got
business. I have a photography business. Thomas has a business. You have a business. We can honestly all vouch for, regardless of whatever business you have, there's always that motherfucker looking for the cheapest shit.
Oh, dude.
And you're like, come on, bro.
Always,
like,
bro.
we
Always.
spend all this money on this bullshit to hook you up for like that cheap of a price. Come on, man.
And my thing is, bro, is like, if you have a partner, one of your boys that's in business, it should be your job to give him more than asking
Come on,
price,
bro.
bro,
Come on.
because he's
Come
your
on.
partner.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like, if you gave the homie discount to everybody, you wouldn't even be in business, no more,
Exactly.
bro.
Dude,
And that's what I get so pissed off at this man for, because he comes and does my yard, and I'm like, hey,
I try to
here's
leave
your
before he
money.
comes out.
And he's like, no, I don't want to. And then
like,
I'll
trying to leave
fucking hit
before
him
he
up
comes
on the
out.
Cash App, like,
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
bro, like,
Yeah.
remember I had to call him and act like somebody else.
Yeah,
and
literally,
have him
yeah.
cut my grass and then tell him how much it was, then pay him because I was like,
And
bro,
I do that like sometimes I can be an idiot because I'll do it to try to help out everybody, but I also do it because I know like with certain people it comes back to me.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
because
yeah. I get it.
y'all since
Yeah.
we've retouched bases, man, like y'all have taken care of me in ways not just spiritually, but just open up doors for me. So
Oh, yeah.
I do that, but yeah, they won't, man. They always give me. They're like, no, you're gonna work.
Yeah.
You're gonna
But
get paid.
I've always noticed, like in other groups, not with us, but like other groups, like they would spend money with somebody else than spend money with you, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
And it kills me.
It's crazy,
like,
bro,
what
because
the
you
heck?
could have a client who becomes a friend quicker than a friend becomes a client.
Come on.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
100%
then the
true.
friend will be quickly turned into a hater.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And you're like, come on, bro. Like, we're cut from the same cloth. You should be proud of me.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I'm a fan of all my boys, man. Like
That's
my
maturity,
boys,
bro.
my boys are probably like 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the circle, but I'm proud of every one of these motherfuckers, and
Hell yeah.
I'm
That's
legit their fan.
Yeah.
And it's like I always say, I keep referencing like the Lakers. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a Laker fan, but everyone else is a Laker fan. I'm a fan of all my buddies, man.
Yeah. That's
You win the
badass.
fucking championship, I'm fucking.
Hell yeah, we won.
We
We
won.
won.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
won.
cool
I mean,
shit.
Shit, it's like when you go buy a pair of J's, you don't fucking haggle them on the price.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Pay what they ask.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Preach,
bro.
bro.
You know what I'm
Preach.
saying?
Yeah.
That's the truth, man.
But
bro.
you know what? In your
I like that.
line of work with the dogs, I bet that's a daily thing, bro. I
Oh,
bet,
yeah,
I
you
bet
always-
it's a headache, man.
Man, dude, the quickest way to get ghosted, bro, is to tell them how much you're asking for a dog,
Yeah.
bro.
See, and I got it.
Yeah,
I got.
and I
you're
have
right.
that
I gotta
problem
learn
too.
that.
Like they're like, "Hey, we want pictures," and then I send them my packages, and I don't hear from them no more.
Yeah,
It's
kind of
cool.
in.
I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, well, so and so's got them. She go,
Yeah.
Go hit 'em up.
so-and-so.
And then
Go get that deal.
You said
yeah.
a deposit in the beginning. I would legit wait to the last minute and be like, "Hey, I'm here," and they wouldn't show up.
Damn,
And
bro.
so I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
you know
sucks,
what?
bro.
I fucking need a deposit now.
Yeah, because I mean, because the thing is, bro, like I always tell people, I said, look, man, until I get a deposit, I can't lock down anything for you.
Yep.
And then not only that, like the deposit's non-refundable. You know what I mean? Like because I DJ and I cut grass and all that. Of course, I don't ask for deposits when I cut grass, but like whenever I DJ, I said, man, because especially during the month of May, bro, because if I say I'm gonna do a party for you, right? And then, you know, we're in talks, we're going to do this. And then he hits me up, hey, can you do, man, I can't because I already got JP's.
Yeah.
And then you back
And
out
then I
on me,
backed
then
out
I've
on you.
been
You
lost out on
lost too.
business.
Yeah. Come on, yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm not an ass about it. I'll just tell him, like, look, man, you know, the deposit's non-refundable, but at any time during the year that you need a party, I'll still apply that deposit to
Yeah,
it.
that's dope.
So it's not a total loss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope right there.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
My deposit is so low that fuck it. If you fuck me, you lost it.
Yeah.
I won't apply that back to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A $50 deposit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just lost
And
it.
most of the time, if that happens to me, bro, and I have to cancel or whatever, I'm like, man, don't even worry about it, bro. Just
Yeah,
keep it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I feel you.
For the inconvenience
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But there's not a lot of people like that.
Oh
Bro.
no,
You know
and
what
that
I'm
comes
saying?
with maturity and stuff. And like going back to kind of how you said we all like to see, and I believe I know it. We like to see each other eat, man. And if we can help each other out, going back, man, we kicked it in junior high, a little bit of high school. But you hit me up last year. You had some work that you, man, I have some extra work, bro. If you need it. I was like, what? You know, out of nowhere, Anthony, and I never got to really tell you thank you for
Yeah,
that. So
bro, yeah,
when
for
you
sure.
watch out for each other, because, you know, on Facebook, I have a lot of people that, you know, we don't kick it every day, but I see them doing something with their kids or you with your podcast or other things. Like you said, man, I feel a sense of pride. Like, man, I hope my partner's getting it. It's what's the sad reality is a lot of people that will hate. You know what I mean? I imagine you got some haters just because you're doing shit that someone doesn't want to do. You know what I mean? Or are afraid
You know,
to do.
it's surprising because I'm with you on that theory. It's so surprising that if you do hate on the show, you're quiet.
Oh, yeah,
I have-
amen to that.
I have
Yeah.
yet to hear hate
Oh, yeah, there's-
on my
yeah.
show.
And there's nothing to hate.
And I'm
I'm
not
not on-
saying that
yeah.
there isn't. I'm sure there is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
No,
but
no.
I haven't
But
heard
you ain't heard it.
anybody.
Yeah, you-
And I would want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the dude that's gonna go fucking lose sleep about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's some truth into that and that hate. So I would be like, well, why does this fool?
Well,
feel
because
that
you're
way?
mature,
You know what I mean?
that constructive
Makes you better.
Yeah, constructive
yeah.
criticism is only going to make you grow. But yeah, you know, I'm not just always going to kiss your ass. But the reason you don't have to worry about that is because you're not stepping on nobody's toes. What I mean by somebody, hey, they could just see us just doing a little bit better
Yeah,
than what they're
yeah.
doing, and instead of like me, I use that as fuel to make myself better, right? So, and that just comes with maturity and stuff. But yeah,
I'm interested into hearing what you have to say about collecting your money. Is it hard sometimes?
oh yeah, bro. Especially for a person like me,
Because you always do the work first and then collect.
right, and I'm a pushover sometimes, man. I'm easy to like, well, I can come back because I know I can always come back and get it. Not like in a month or something. You know, if somebody doesn't pay me in Venmo or something, you know, I would be like, well, once I'm pissed off, I'm going to get my money.
Yeah.
But my partner, man, shout out to Robert. He's shown me a lot. What he's taught me is that you can't do that. You know, you can't because it's your business. You got to look at it. That's what you help provide your children with or whatever things you take care of by working that, you know, you can't let nobody take from you. And I've had a lot of people, and really it's mostly realtors or people with money want to take care. They'll, if you can do this other job for me and I'll pay you for both of them. And then and so now I love to just tell them no. You know, I got enough business that I'm like, dude, I've missed, you know, shout out to Eric. I mean, I couldn't do his yard because I get so caught up, but I got enough business that if you're going to try and run around on me now, I can easily tell you no.
Yeah.
And my daughters are my, bulldogs, bro. So when they're with me, they'll tell the people it'll be 45 or back then it's 45. They'll say 55 for the yard.
Yeah.
We have a Venmo. Here's my Venmo. So when they're with me, they don't let dad let people walk over me. So.
Yeah, and so now I've changed my shit. I'm like, all right, you have to pay a week before it happens because I hate begging for my money, bro. Like,
Man, I've had people, you know, during the wedding, right? They won't pay me as soon as I get there. And then they're partying, they're doing whatever, and I'm loading up, and I'm like, hey, you know, like somebody's gonna bring me my check or whatever. And they've gone on cruises, bro. And I'm like, damn. But then this one lady called me. She goes, hey, man, my daughter's so sorry. She forgot to pay you.
Still,
What's your deal? I'm fixing to take care of you. You know, thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
But now I always ask as soon as I get there, like, man, as long as I have the money the day before or as soon as I get there. Yeah. Because, like, whenever it's time to go, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, right,
You know what I'm saying?
you need to do a contract, bro.
Oh, yeah, I got contracts.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in your contract, you need to put a week before the. Because that's what I started doing.
And I'm doing big jobs. Like I do some apartments and so I'm going to have to do that when I have certain on my own, you know, because now I'm doing legit. I'm finally doing the 1099 and trying to do the business stuff. So
Yeah, because I've done the
pray for me.
wedding,
Pray for
the
me.
full
Pray for
wedding,
me, though.
and you're right. They're
don't
all
report
fucked
no
up,
cash.
and there I am following them like a puppy, begging
Yeah,
for
for
my
some
money. Like, no, man.
Well, this
Yeah.
is not getting aired, right?
Yeah, it'll be aired.
Oh Oh, this part.
This
right
part, I think today I'm gonna do it.
He goes, bro,
Never
go back.
mind. I report all
Everything.
my cash. All cash I do report. I was
We were
joking,
joking.
with Thomas.
I was telling him, I was like,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't. Nah.
Fuck, man, you ready to start the show? Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
John Eric. Media.
The only one I watch, I know how to watch. I was telling him, because he gets most of the cash.
Okay, here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez Show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez Show.
What is up? Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez Show. Man, I got a first timer here, and I'm fucking happy to have him on, man. So you're a man of many fucking things, man. So you've got 2 podcasts, you got your 2 businesses. So I don't even know how to introduce you, bro. So it's the boy Anthony Zimmerly.
Yeah. What's up, partner? What's up, my brother? What's up, man?
It's a pleasure to be here, bro.
Plug and promote your 2 podcasts, though.
So the Let Me Find Out podcast, we drop on Wednesdays, and then the Dogfellas podcast, we drop every Monday.
Check it out.
Sweet ass.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put that first part of the show. I know a lot of the, every time I do this is for YouTube.
Okay.
And then you'll always hear after the intro on the regular podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're not a fan of the YouTube, but I need to get my numbers up because Donnie's fucked me up twice, man. He's dropped me from like several hundred views to like less than 50, man. And I'm not I'm not hating on Donnie. I fucking will have him on every fucking day, you know.
Yeah.
But you know the monetization and all them YouTube's a motherfucker,
Yeah, it
bro.
is.
Yeah.
I fucking hate YouTube.
Yeah. I'm gonna host a
Wouldn't be
watch
able to
party.
watch it.
Yeah. Me and Sam want to go and host a watch party because all we do is watch and we don't live. Yeah, come watch
party.
JP Lopez show with us.
But I have to happy to fucking have you on,
sir.
bro.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here,
I'm
bro.
glad you're here, man. And so we spoke a little bit about your dog business, and then a little bit of the podcast. But can you let the people that don't know the Let Me Find Out podcast?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, man. So the Let Me Find Out podcast, man, it's me and my wife. Shout out to my wife, Lacey, and 2 of our best friends, Casey and Lalo. Back during COVID, man, me and my wife were just sitting on the porch one night just drinking, bro. And I was like, man, we need to start a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's fun, bro. You know what I mean? It's just hanging out, just chopping it up.
I think it's
And
therapeutic.
It
Oh,
is,
yeah, you
man.
get some
It
shit
is.
off your chest,
Yeah.
man.
So we just got together one night, man, and just made it happen. You know what I mean? We talked about it long enough and just finally made it happen. So on our podcast, man, we talk about life, spirituality, life with kids. Man, we started off the very first few episodes just an open book, bro. Like, I mean, I've always been open and transparent about my life. Selling drugs, growing up in a family that sold drugs. My dad was a dope dealer, card shark. He did everything, bro. He gambled. He did it all.
Yeah.
And so that's the lifestyle that I grew up in. Started selling dope, all through maybe the end of my elementary, all through junior high, high school.
Damn it, bro! You so dope in elementary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing the stories, bro.
Yeah. It's wild, bro. Started
Sorry to
early,
cut you
bro.
off, but damn.
Yeah. It's wild, bro. So did all of that. Met my wife. Still did the whole drug deal thing.
Okay, yeah.
Got addicted to my drugs.
Come on.
And then just fell into a deep spiral of addiction, bro. And then finally got right. Gave my life to God. Got right. And then cheated on my wife with a girl from the church.
Come on, brother.
And got kicked out of the church.
Damn it.
Went to another church and then finally got straight. You know what I mean? So I just opened up that whole podcast, just letting people know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I told my story. My wife told her side of the story. Then we just came back and several episodes throughout, just kind of revisited it.
Shout out to your wife, because you
Yeah.
got you a real one.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there,
bro.
That's-
yeah.
Because that right there is a story enough to have any woman say, "Fuck this," somehow.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And my wife, she was strong, bro. Like, during that whole time, she went through all that alone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? She talks about it like
Come on.
she felt like she couldn't tell her family because you know how it is, bro. You start telling your family personal business and they start feeling a certain kind of way.
Yeah,
and then
she didn't want that
Y'all
for-
get through it
Yeah.
and then they still feel a certain way towards you. You know what I mean? And so she felt like she had nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it sucks, bro, because like I think about it on a daily, bro. Like I live such a crazy life, bro, but that's one part of my life, bro. That whole affair that tarnishes everything, bro. Like I wish that. I mean, I know I'm not proud of the drug addiction and the dope selling and all of that, but I wish I would have never had that affair, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Like it's just that's like, and not that I'm not saying I'm proud of it or anything, and I'm not like super ashamed about it because it made me who I am today. You know what I mean? But it's just a part of my life that I wish I didn't have to go through, bro.
No,
that my wife didn't have to go through.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because she held it down for me, bro. Ever since we've been together, she said, "Man, I've only been with you." And I can't say that about her, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. That's deep,
Yeah,
though. Yeah,
and
that's
it
deep.
sucks, bro. You know what I mean? Because she is a real one, bro. She stuck with it. And she told me, she's like, "Man, you know what? I made vows before God, for better, for worse, till death do us part.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up without a fight."
Man, shout out to
You know what I'm
lady,
saying?
bro.
So
A lot of people don't take those vows under God as a real thing. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I tell my wife. Like, if I fuck up or if she fucks up, like, we're in this till death do us part. And I always tell her, "You're fucking stuck with me." And she always says, like, "You're stuck with me." But I really mean that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro.
Amen to that, brother.
I fucking mean that. And
Yeah.
I didn't even want to get into this, but you brought up something. You go through your trials like a motherfucker, right? You and your wife, right? Do you express your feelings or the truth to anyone? Because let me tell you why I asked that. Because I don't.
As a man, yeah, it's tough.
Because I don't tell like even my closest buddies the full truth because they're fans of me. So of course they're gonna take my side.
Yeah.
So when you till death do you part, you know what I mean? So when you're making up or whatever, you're gonna have your boys, your mom, like your dad, like, "Hey, leave that motherfucker, leave." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just keep, if and when that always, if it ever does happen, I always keep that shit to myself. I never express or give that full truth to anyone because you're never gonna quit that person, and that person's always gonna have their own feelings because they got your back.
And that's tough from my point of view, from what I've been through. Because, because isolation, when you keep it, man, it can kill you.
Exactly.
I've literally met a guy in church, God rest his soul, man, Eddie Rojas, a good person, man. We're both going through a divorce at the same time. Our ladies cheated on us, man, and he was lost. I was lost, and it tore him apart, man. It ate him up, and he passed away from, some health issues, and he would always tell me, "Man, you're so strong." I was like, "Dude, at night, I'm not."
But think about this, bro. You tell me that, and then you want to make things right, and I'm like, "You're a dumbass.
Right,
Leave that
right.
fucking cheater."
Right,
you know?
and I would, but you know what? I need that sometimes. Now, it's up to me to take your advice, right? So in the same sense,
But I'll always have your side.
Amen,
Is what
amen.
I'm
I feel you,
saying.
I
I
feel you,
won't
I feel you.
see.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
And that's you're right on that. You're
But
right
I always
on
feel
that.
like if you overdo it, because we have a friend that went through that, and I'd be like, this and this and this is what I think about her, but always remember, I don't want to overdo it with him because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable to come around me again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Cool.
I always tell him,
Yeah.
like, "Dude, you can bring your girl. This is between us."
You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Tell
yeah.
me, I'm not, when she comes around, I'm going to still be respectful to her and treat her
Yeah.
right, make her feel
Yeah.
comfortable because I want you to come back.
That's
I want-
badass.
And I
brother.
think,
That-
and
as a brother,
and I
that-
feel the same way.
know what I
I
mean?
never pass judgment
badass,
on
yeah.
whatever anyone tells
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like nothing. I'll never pass judgment. But not everyone is
Yeah.
like
But
that.
Exactly.
I met people where
yeah.
they
Yeah.
like straight clown him, talk, and then he doesn't
Yeah.
come around no more. So now he has to battle that with nobody to
Yeah,
talk to.
yeah, and that's not
And
cool,
that's
man.
tough,
You know,
man.
I do have a friend, man, that I let him in on everything, bro. Like I said, man, I don't. It's not that I'm like a big badass and real prideful, like, "Oh yeah, I did it," and what, you know what I mean? But I think healing comes, bro, whenever you start to, the Bible says, bro, like those who are free indeed. So it's kind of like whenever I was cheating on my wife, bro, I had this weight on my shoulders, bro. Always hiding my phone, always,
Come on.
Sneaking around, trying to lie, cover up a lie with another lie that I don't even know what the hell is true anymore.
It's like
you
the
know what
pleasure wasn't even worth
I mean? Yeah,
that.
bro. It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like all this is like exhausting, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once it all came out, it just kind of made it a little easier, And the hardest part of all that, man, was telling my daughters, bro. Telling my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
I sat them all down and I told them, because I thought
Man.
that one thing that we value in our house is like, man, you know, it may be a hard conversation, but we're gonna have conversations. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
And I want my kids to know. I don't want my kids to find out what I've done through somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
never shy
Yeah.
from a hard conversation, bro.
Yeah. And,
I
and
never
see,
do.
like me, bro,
And that's
just being that
badass.
man.
Yeah.
Back then, I didn't, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't tell nobody nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, with my drug addiction, bro, the reason I was so bad in it is because not even my closest boys knew that I did dope.
Yeah.
I didn't want nobody judging me, bro, and you know what I mean. And plus, I didn't want to share.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's really why.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know what I'm
main
saying?
reason.
That's the main reason. But you know, I didn't want nobody looking down on
Yeah,
me, bro.
for real.
Like I had this facade of who I was and this image of who I was. I didn't want to tarnish that. And you know, little by little, bro, just on the escondidas, doing it, I turned into.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And it got me bad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Did
So
you feel
now-
the same way when you were through the affair? Did you have that almost that same kind of
Man, bro.
You didn't want nobody to judge you.
I did. I didn't want nobody to judge me.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
But like it hit me even worse, bro, because like, you know, you remember that scene? Y'all seen The Passion of the Christ?
I haven't.
You ain't seen it? Well, there's a scene in that movie, bro, after Judas betrays Jesus, bro, he starts seeing these demons.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, they make it seem like little kids are torturing him and it's the devil or whatever, right? But I think that might have just been a part of the movie just to make the movie.
Yeah.
But during that whole time that I was having that affair on my wife, bro, like I would see things like that, bro.
Yeah.
I remember we lived on 37th Street off of Milwaukee, so there's like a dip, bro.
But
like,
that,
you know what I'm saying?
That's our father telling you you're
Oh, yeah,
fucking
bro.
up.
Oh yeah, especially the
Sorry
man
to
that
cut you off.
yeah,
I didn't want to
yeah,
cut
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
especially
it
the
was-
man that he was involved with church. Yeah,
Oh,
the Holy
yeah,
Spirit.
bro. It was
like,
crazy,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like I remember like driving in my wife's car, bro, and then I looked in the rearview mirror and there was like a silhouette of somebody sitting in the back seat, bro, and then I would see like traces of people. And I remember one night going to the bathroom. I used the bathroom in the middle of the night, washing my hands, and I just threw some water over my face, and I looked up, and then I looked down, and then there was like somebody staring at me in the mirror, bro. It was crazy, man. Like I started feeling it, like, man, like this is demonic, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because when you fall into the pendejadas and shit, that's obviously the wrong path that you know the Lord our Father has for you, and you veering off so much. I believe that they present themselves
Oh,
to
yeah.
you
Yeah.
for
Oh,
you
yeah,
for you to make that decision. Man, do I keep going this fucking route or
do I change?
yeah?
Do
Do I
stop?
change? Yeah.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That's
You know what I mean? But nah, man.
But you
I
know
do-
what? I think your daughters will definitely, as they age and become, you know, older women, and you're already an old man, I think they'll respect you a whole
yeah, they
lot
will.
more for being transparent with that shit.
Yeah, because they know that dad, you know, speaking from a dad with kid, you know how our kids put us on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And when they see us, okay, dad's just as human as we are.
Yeah.
My brother Steve always taught us, what are you going to do after the mistake? If you don't focus on your fuck up, what are you going to do after?
Oh,
Are you going to
yeah.
make things
Yeah.
right? And that's the men in us, the maturity of us is like, it'll always be there what we've done or what we could have done better. But it's like if we stay there, we're never going to truly get where we need to be. And shout out to your old lady, bro, for having your back.
Yeah.
Like when she told you to death do us part, I meant death do us part.
Oh, yeah.
And I know what that's like, man. So but also shout out to you to like get your shit together. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
a lot of us mess up until it's too late. So
I
for
know,
you,
bro.
you know,
And see, that's where I was, bro, because like, you know, we fought so hard, or she fought so hard to keep us together, bro. And it's like once I got to the point, bro, that anything I said, bro, the sorries and I'm gonna change and I'm gonna do this, I changed my number, change my email, change everything, right? Time after time after time. None of that mattered to her no more, bro. She's like, man, you know what? I'm done. She called me. I remember one time, bro, like before the affair, it's whenever I was on drugs, right? We would always argue, bro. I'm gonna kick you out of the house and blah blah, whatever, back and forth, and I would never leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she called me one day, bro. She was calm. She was on the phone. She's like, hey. I said, what's up? She's like, hey, I talked to your mom. Whenever you get off of work, I need you to go take all of your stuff, get all your stuff out of the house, take it to your mom's house, take the girls over there. Whenever I get off of work, I'm gonna pick them up. And I don't want you at the house. And I was like,
Holy shit.
it was like, there was no arguing, there was no screaming, there was no fussing. So I knew she meant business, bro. So I was like, damn, bro, it's real now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she had called me after the affair had gone down, and she told me the same thing. She said, hey, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I just can't do this no more. I'm filing for divorce. I already talked to an attorney or whatever. I got the numbers that I need. I'm going to get started on it. And I was like, damn, bro, like it got real. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm kind of like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, whatever. So we kind of stuck through it, man. And then, you know, after things started getting better, she sent me an email, bro. And I thought everything was good, bro. I thought we were back on good terms. And she hit me with that email and just said, man, you know, like, I love you, but I'm just not in love with you anymore. I don't know if I could do this. And I was like, man, I thought we were doing good. You know what I mean? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
But it's because everything that I had put her through, bro, wasn't the same anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that point,
you put her
it was
through
like,
the ringer, bro.
Yeah, bro. So it was kind of like at that point, it had to have been God, bro, because there was nothing I could do in my own powers to make things right, to make it better again.
Yeah, for sure.
I had to just stop, because I think whenever we try to help, we make a bigger mess. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
brother,
Yeah,
come
you know what I'm saying?
And for all my loyal listeners out there, I have to stress this: like, there's never been anything with me and my wife that I've kept from. Like, there's never been a serious, you know, situation like that. But I speak from, like, you know, dating and, like, you know, you're a fuck up when you're dating. You know? Like, with my wife for 12 fucking years, I don't have a story like that, you know. And
Praise God.
Yeah, praise
Amen
God.
to that, bro.
But when coming up, being young, in high school, having a girlfriend, I would tell my mom everything. And early on, I fucking knew I can't tell my mom everything because she's my fucking biggest fan. So it's just like,
You're right,
you know,
bro.
like, fuck. So even in dating my wife, I don't have, you know, any situation on either side, her side, my side, like that. But I asked that because that's why I wanted to know, is because early on, I knew, like, my mom, my best friends were, like, my teammates.
right
And they're
on
like,
that,
fuck, like, fuck her. And I'm like, no, I love her.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why I asked that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, the one friend that I have, man, I had two people, bro, that I could always count on. Whenever I was going through the affair and all of that, I had a guy. If you guys listen to the couple of episodes that I was on the Pendejos, I talked about that guy Benny that went through that demonic little deal. Well, he was like one of my closest friends, man. I would call him up and I could tell him anything, bro. I could vent, I could tell him anything, and he would just hear me out. And he would always just respond like, man, he goes, well, you know, this is what the word of God says, bro. You know what I'm saying? He'd always hit me with the truth.
Accountability,
you know what I'm
brother. Yes, sir.
And then another one of my friends, Lalo, man, he's my best friend. I could sit there and tell him any and everything about my marriage, how I'm feeling or whatever. And he's not one to sway one way or another. You know what I'm saying? He's just there to be a shoulder to lean on. He's a great dude, bro, to many people. You know what I'm saying?
Good to have.
And he's had several friends, man, that have gone through the same thing that we've been through the affair and all of that. And he's like, man, dude, like, I've dealt with this before, man, and it's always different. You know what I mean? But I do, and the thing about it, bro, is like, you have to watch who you tell your business to again.
Yeah, come on, brother.
Because you could have a friend who's low key trying to creep in on your girl, and then knows that there's issues in the house. And let you
there's
creep in.
snakes
Blood in the
there,
water,
you know what I'm saying?
like blood in the water, man.
Are y'all
Or a
reading my
girl.
biopic or what?
Yeah,
But
same thing with the girl. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
have to be careful, bro, with the people that you think are your friends,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, dude.
That's true, bro.
That is
And,
crazy.
and the fact that you have a small circle, now I realize why people, you know, I used to try to please everybody. I wanted to put a smile and pray, you know, tell Jesus to everybody. Then I realized, man, sometimes that circle, because most of my drama and trauma came from partners that I pretty much left these fools for, you know, to focus on these people. And it kind of turned me off from wanting to let people in. And so I isolated myself for like 10, 15 years. And by God's grace, man, I seen God working in this dude's life.
But
and,
but Thomas always brings this up, bro, and I want to say it now. Like, I always warned him that these other fools were not worthy of his friendship.
Yeah.
But he chose them.
Yeah.
But it was never a case where I was like, fuck Thomas.
Yeah,
it was
no.
still.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know, he chose that route. But I'm still gonna love my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
And-
helped me as a dad, bro, because my
Yeah.
kids, my daughter's here, she's hard-headed as shit. And not really. But I've had to realize, like,
But there's been a 20-year gap between us hanging out.
and
it really has.
And I always say,
And-
shout out to him
And
to open
from
those doors,
day
man.
one, from that 20-year gap, it was still all love from me. Like, I was never like, fuck him. He
Yeah.
went the other way.
That's when you know that's a real friend.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because I mean, past change. You know what I'm saying?
For real, for real.
Past change. Like we had some friends that were our best friends, and we're still good friends.
Yeah.
We're still great. I could still say that they're best friends of ours, but we're just not on that level
Anymore. Yeah, and seasons
page,
change,
you know,
right?
different
Yeah,
page in
different
life.
page, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
seasons
saying?
change,
It's like
man,
Seasons change,
and that's
bro.
okay, bro.
And then like there's a I hate to even say his name, bro, but TD Jakes has this.
Swallow. Swallow.
He's a power bottom, bro.
Hey, forgive me, Lord. Forgive
us,
Lord.
yeah.
But
Forgive me too.
nah, he has this message, bro, talking about confidants and constituents, and there's like 4 different friends, bro, and you know, basically he breaks down what each one is.
Yeah.
Some of them ride your coattail to get to the level that they need you to get them to, and then they're done with you, bro.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you got other friends that are ride or die, no matter what. You win, we win. You lose, we lose. Type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We're going through it all.
Yeah.
But you have different people that are different seasons of life. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that one's wrong and one's right or whatever, but because you know, maybe that friend is what he needed
At
during
that
that
time
season
on.
of
Yeah, come
life.
on, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
As-
And now, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I like
No.
Medea's verses.
Medea.
Versions better.
Medias.
Medea's, remember she does the tree? Same concept though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
No.
No.
Like some people are like the roots that your homies.
I stay
are your
away
roots,
from
and they
Medea
stay-
movies.
I love them because they're so corny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you? Hold on.
No,
what-
it's about the tree, man. Like
Yeah.
he says, like you got some friends that are the roots that hold the whole tree down. Then you have some that are branches that fall off after a while, and then some are leaves are just for passing. But everybody you meet in life has a purpose.
A
Come on.
purpose,
And you had a maybe you didn't see what their purpose was for you, but you had a purpose for them, that
Yeah.
interaction with them at that point in life,
And that- yeah.
and it guided them either right or left.
Yeah.
So that's what the whole, you know what I mean? What he's saying.
And I like what you're saying because, you know, in the biblical term, right? A lot of people we hate when we talk about Judas, right? Judas is this evil, bad person. And as I've kind of matured in my faith walk, even when it's very small, I realize that Jesus was part. You know, he was part of the clique. Jesus chose him for a reason.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
if we believe that Jesus knew that he was going to have to give up his life, that's why there's a meme that says, even Judas ate at the table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So some people are there for a chapter in your life, for a season. And the thing that I love when we talk about the story is like you said, the door was always open for me. It had to be me to realize, like, man, I'm the one that was just standing at the door, not walking in. And I can never, you know, it's not, you know, all of y'all just, hey, we picked up right where it's
Yeah,
at. And
yeah.
my kids get to see that because they, you know, I appreciate
But I
you never
give you
sh-
props, right?
Yeah.
But I need to give this man props because there was a 25-year gap in our friendship, and from the day we linked back up, it was like we never
missed
fucking
a
left
beat.
off.
Yeah.
He
That's
bought
what's
me
up.
lunch. I was like, oh, he
Yeah, but
missed
you
me.
do.
Yeah, man. Like I'm talking like
I earned it.
I'm talking like when you break bread with a boy and then like spend the night at each other's house like religiously. That's our friendship.
Yeah.
And there's 25-year gap, and then a 20-year gap, and then it never fucking missed a beat, bro.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But we'll take a quick break and we'll come right back. All right. And we're back, man. Shout out Johnny, Donnie Flamingo, bro. You've been the top of the fucking break. Goddamn.
You're on
say
Johnny Flabs.
Shout out Johnny Flabs. Shout out Donnie, man. You were the talk of our fucking break. I don't know if he's gonna ever show who the real Donnie is, but
That's cool though. That's
until
cool.
then,
Until then.
It gets people watching. They're all waiting to see his real face and shit. It's
like it's gonna be like Rey Mysterio.
Hell yeah,
Don't do it,
Donnie.
when he
Show his
fucking
real face
unmasked
and then
the
go by
flamingo.
Johnny.
yeah, he's gonna go by Johnny.
Real quick, man. I've worked some shitty jobs in my whole lifetime, right? Like shitty fucking jobs. What's your worst fucking job you've ever fucking worked?
Man, bro, to be honest, man, you know, I thought about that, bro. Like, I've had, in my whole life, bro, as a kid, I grew up doing concrete and roofing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Summer times with my brother-in-law.
In the elements, bro.
Yeah, bro. So I was out there doing those. Those were cool. I mean, they sucked ass, bro,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I liked it, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The boss would leave. We start smoking weed,
Smoking, make
drinking,
good money.
You know what I'm saying? Making good money.
Sir.
And then, so once I turned 18, I started working at Covenant as a groundskeeper, and then got fired from there.
I remember
and
when you worked there, bro.
Yeah. And then I worked at Yano Logistics.
Oh shit, pulling orders for United, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. So I did that for a couple of months.
Bro,
got
that's
fired
you
from
have
that.
to run the whole fucking shift,
Damn, bro. Whenever I got hired there, that was like in the middle of my addiction days, bro.
That's an 8-hour track meet.
Bro,
Real, no breaks. Yeah.
Hey, it's cold as hell in there, bro. I'm running around sweating like a mug off Prendido, bro.
You said in the middle of your addiction.
Hell yeah, bro. It was crazy. So I'd work from 4 p.m. till the orders were pulled, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes 6, and then we end up at Jake's.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, because it opened at 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of times, and then after that, man, you know, just doing dope. But so I did that, and then right after that, I got hired on at UMC. Been there for 13 years, and then
Praise God,
left
bro.
there. But probably the worst job that I had, bro, just because being away from the family and missing holidays and stuff, probably be the oil field, bro.
Really?
Damn. Or you a roughneck?
Roughneck.
Fuck, dude. That
I mean,
pays feria too,
cool,
huh?
it's a cool job, bro. Like, I mean, I like working hard, bro. I like staying busy. I like it all, bro. You know what I mean? Climbing to the top and pulling the pipe back and, you know, doing all of that stuff. It's just being away from the family, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing 12-hour towers, bro, 7 days on, 7 off.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then when I didn't do 7 on, 7 off, I was working 12 and 4. So I was working 12 days off for 4 days, but doing,
God damn.
man, I would
12
cover
and 4?
12 and 4.
Your
bro.
body fucking barely recovers on the third day. You only had like 1 day off.
Yeah, bro. And then it would suck because I would do, I would go in for 4 days or not. What was it, bro? Like different towers, bro. It would be like 4 days. I'd be doing one shift, and then the next I'll be because you know there's like from 6 to 2, 2 to 10, and then 10 to 6. So I'd do all 3, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I never had a steady schedule. You know what I mean? Then whenever we would go on daylights, when we would work days and be home early, we'd have to move the rig, bro. So we'd go in at 6 in the morning and get off at 8 or 9 at night.
Just always doing
Damn,
it.
man.
Bro.
Your boy Joe, was he a roughneck?
Before he died, I mean,
Yeah,
he did
no.
it all. But when he passed away, he was working the yard up in Rankin.
Okay.
So when the trucks came in, he was helping them, I guess, load up or whatever they did. But he
I
worked.
always
He ran the
wanted to
yard.
ask if he was a roughneck.
In his time.
Yeah,
In his time.
but he had
at
worked
the
his
very
way
end,
up.
Yeah, but at the very end, he was running the yard.
Yeah.
Foreman on the yard.
I had a friend try to get me to work in the oil field. I was like, I'd go fucking sell y'all burritos. I make the best carne
it's
asada.
not for everybody, bro.
Nah,
You
it
know what I'm
really,
saying?
yeah, for
No,
all
I
bullshit
mean,
aside,
believe
yeah.
me, I know
Because
that.
I came in at 40 years old, bro, and I got a 22-year-old kid trying to tell me
Damn,
what
see,
it is.
yeah.
Because, I mean, it's different out there, bro. Like, you
Yeah.
got to stay safe. It's loud as hell. And it's all a new, it's a new world out there,
Yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to figure it out, and they're over here
It's a
getting on your
culture shock.
ass. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you pick up the pace pretty quick, and then you start to roll with the punches. But, man, out there, like, there's no snitching, bro, telling the boss, bro. Like, he's like, well, you telling me for what? Go beat his ass.
Yeah,
go
go-
behind the pits
go
and throw
handle it.
hands.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And, I mean, it's rough, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're out there living with 5 dudes, bro. We had this one dude on our crew. His name was Turbo. Was a white dude. Man, he's the nastiest dude ever, bro. He'd get off of the hitch and he'd take his shoes off and he'd be scratching his feet. And then he'd be like, "Hey, I want some eggs." And I'm like, "Hell no." I'm good, bro. Yeah, bro. And then we had this other dude, Ken, bro. So whenever I would get off, I'd go straight, take me a shower, and then I start cooking, bro. And I would cook. You know what I mean? We'd cook. Like, I'd mix all kinds of stuff, bro. Chorizo, eggs,
Fucking
potatoes.
discada.
Yeah, bro. Hey, for
Before
real,
the
bro.
discada.
Hell yeah.
Hey, so I'm over here cooking it up, right? And then, you know, all the rest of the guys except Ken would take a shower, and then Ken, he'd be same thing, bro, sitting on the couch, scratching his feet.
Nasty
and,
ass,
you know,
yeah.
like nasty hands. So I would make his burritos for him, bro.
Yeah, you
you
damn
know what I'm
right.
saying? I'd make
What
his
the
burritos,
fuck,
and then I'd be
bro?
like, here you go. Like, oh, no, I can make. I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah,
go
you're
for
good,
it.
bro.
Yeah, you know, he thinks that we're like catering to him. I'm like, nah, I don't want you touching me.
Yo, no, I appreciate your hard work, bro. Yeah.
Hey, the first day, bro, like day 1, right, of one of our hitches, our driller had a big old bag of shredded cheese. And then Ken gets up, bro, and says, "Hey, man, I'm going to get some cheese."
Oh, man.
Man, bro, he...
Keep it.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I
He
stopped
said,
liking cheese that
I
day.
felt bad one
That's
day,
your
bro.
cheese, bro. That's your cheese.
One day, bro, he went and bought a bunch of like quarter legs, bro.
Yeah.
And he cooked them. He's like, "I'm gonna cook y'all some chicken." It smelled good as hell, bro, but nobody touched them, bro. I felt bad for him, bro. So what I did, bro, was I took like 4 or 5 of them, put them in a bag, and I chunked them.
Yeah.
To make it look like we ate it.
Got some coyotes. Yeah, for real. For real.
Okay, let me side note. my uncle Fabian, fucked me, bro. Like, fucked me up. So, I've never participated in a potluck. I've never fucking ate somebody like, hey, I'll come over that I don't fucking know, someone like that, because of this motherfucker, bro. I was a kid, right? I was a fucking kid, and my grandma's comadre fucking brought food, you know, for us to eat, like, just randomly, like, hey, I brought y'all some food, right? So I was all fucking grubbing on a burrito and shit, and my Uncle Fabian comes in, and it's tattooed on my fucking brain, dude. I probably was like, I wasn't even school age, man. Like, so I was like 3 or 4, and my uncle was like, you're eating that? And, dude, my uncles always fucked with me, so I knew they were fucking with me, but it stayed tattooed on my brain. So he was like, you're eating that? And I was like, yeah, why? He goes, man, you don't know if that fucking, he said her name. I'm not going to say her name. He goes, you don't know if blah, 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 fucking went to the restroom, wiped her ass, and didn't wash her hands, and she made you that burrito. And I was like, like, I was like, you motherfucker. Like, and so,
Hey,
like,
you don't know, bro.
growing up, bro, everybody's like, yeah, we're going to have potluck. It's like, I'm fucking going to Chick-fil-A. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. I ain't contributing shit.
I'm DoorDash shit. That's nasty shit.
That's nasty, bro. And I had that same dude, right? So he said, hey, man, send a quarter leg up to Alex, you know, up there in the derrick, because he was working derricks, right? So I put 2 chickens in a plastic bag, and I tied it to the horn, and then whenever they took the pipe up, I told him, I said, hey, bro, there's some chicken coming up. He goes, who made the chicken? He goes, who made the chicken, bro? I said, Ken. He goes, what the? He said, hey, bro. And then you just look, bro, you see that chicken fly off from way up there, bro. And then back a chicken leg just flew off. And I was like, he said, I want that shit, bro. He said, I want that shit, man.
With
It's for the fucking birds,
bro.
man.
The coyotes were eating good when that motherfucker cooked.
I felt bad, bro. So I chunked him. So he
Well, you
would,
tried
know what I'm
to,
saying?
yeah, that's.
He said, y'all didn't need it. What the hell? Do you think I wanted it? Hell no.
I worked shit. I said this, you know, I worked shit jobs.
Yeah.
Every fucking job before my career was a shit job. And this one fucking old white man, I think he took pride into like being like a slave driver mentality. And he fucked up hiring me, bro. Because he hired me, and I got hired on 4 of my good friends
To work
on
with
with me. I was like, he's like, yeah, this job's, you know, you're out in the fucking snow, you're out in the heat, and everyone quit. Like the turnover was a motherfucker, and I was like, I had Adam, my boy Leroy was already working there. Like, you know, I brought all my friends, so. He, like I said, he had this slave driver mentality, and I think he took pride in fucking, like, trying to break you. Because the job sucked. Dude, we had so much fun. Like, the job did suck, but we had fun doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it pissed him off to, like, unbelievable levels that he was just, like, he just gave up. You know, he's like, I'm tired of trying to break these dudes. Like, they won't fucking break. And, I tell you all that because even then, that wasn't a shitty job for me. Shitty job was right out of high school, I started working for Best Buy. And they fucking put me in the warehouse, bro. I was all like applying for like a sales job or shit. And they were like, Lopez. They're like, Lopez, warehouse.
Hell yeah.
So one fucking, and it wasn't even that bad. Like, I mean, you had to fucking bring all the heavy refrigerators from up stock all the way down to fucking... And I remember every fucking buddy and their moms was buying like those Sony Trinitron TVs when they first came out, the flat screen.
Yeah.
That was like 9,000 pounds for a fucking 28-inch screen. And you would fucking try to put it in the fucking passenger seat. Like, lady, this ain't gonna fucking fit, bitch. And they're like, it's gonna fit. Like, no, it ain't gonna fucking fit, bitch. Anyways, tell you all that. So... one time, and I just told my boy this story this weekend. One time, I get called in the office, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I didn't do shit. It's on a Saturday, bro. I fucking go to the office, and they're like, hey, you got to clean the restroom, like, right now. And I was like, my job description ain't no fucking janitor. I'm not fucking cleaning the restroom. They're like, you got to clean the restroom right now. And I'm like... this is fucking weird. Like, I never cleaned the restroom. So I fucking go to the restroom, and I realized quickly why they fucking told me I needed to clean the restroom. You know that movie, with Bob Saget when he looks in the restroom and he's like, "There's shit everywhere."
Yeah.
That dude, I fucking walked in that stall and I was like, "How is there shit on the ceiling? Like,
Really?
Like, how the fuck do you
Why'd
get
they
shit
make
up
you
there?"
clean it?
Because I'm the warehouse guy. I'm the fucking
Daryl
guy.
Lopez can take care of it.
Yeah. I'm Lopez. That's why. So I fucking go back to the office. I'm not cleaning that shit. And they're like, "Yeah, you are." I was like, "Bullshit. I'm not fucking cleaning that shit." And they're like, "You are because we're telling you to." I was like, "Well, write me up right now because I ain't cleaning that shit." Dude, there was literally shit everywhere. And you know, in the handicap stall where it's bigger, dude, shit on the fucking stalls, on the, like all over the toilet.
Like,
The only
like,
way I
was it
can
a bad
the only way I
accident,
can
or-
describe it is like maybe the person that shit on themselves or whatever like tried to clean it and then just
made a
smeared it
bigger
everywhere.
mess.
But I'm like, I'm not cleaning that
And
shit.
you know, because you talked about your Vegas story about shit.
Yeah.
You're like, I've shitted on a wall.
Yeah. And I've seen shit everywhere. This
That's what
beat
that's
it.
what I was thinking. I thought he was gonna say because I made the mess.
Yeah.
Caught you on
This
camera,
fucking
bro.
beat it. And I'm like, nope. And I'm like, you can write me up fucking now. Like, I'll fucking sit here while you write me up because I'm not cleaning that shit. They wound up hiring some janitorial service to come in and clean because I was not gonna fucking clean it.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
like,
wouldn't either,
It's
bro.
not part of my. Yeah, it's
Hell
not my
nah.
job
Like,
description.
fuck that, man.
Hell nah. But like, she got a manguera. I'll do with
Power
manguera,
washer.
but I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
I put my 2 weeks notice in.
But I wanted to ask y'all that question.
Yeah.
What's y'all shittiest job? But me personally, the shittiest work, I found joy in it.
Yeah.
Just because I was that guy. Like I was that guy to fucking bring happiness to everywhere. Like, you know,
I mean,
we're
it's
gonna
bad-
do the shit
yeah.
job regardless. So let's
Shitty
might as
is
well be
that
happy
the
about
also
it.
was I still have fun. You know.
Yeah.
You got to make fun out of the shitty situations,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you know. And I imagine back in the caveman days, you would have been the perfect person to keep us sane.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, you know what I mean.
Hell yeah, right.
Have to figure shit out. We need somebody to put a smile on my damn face.
But yeah, man, and that fucking guy,
it's nuts.
fuck you, Jason Kearney, if you're ever fucking
I
listening,
remember
fuck
you.
that puto. He fucking took pride in trying to break you, and he never could break us.
Nah.
And he was so pissed, dude. Like he would, you could see it in his face. He would be so pissed. He'd give you like all these shit to do, and fuck, boom. And he's like, "Didn't I tell you it's done?" He's like, "What? Like what?" He's dumbfounded. I'm like, yeah, bitch, it's fucking done.
Y'all were the Mexicans he couldn't break. You know what I mean? He's like, these damn bangers. I feel you, bro.
And then he's bitching about us having fun.
Yeah.
Like he's bitching about us being loud in a warehouse, bro. In a fucking warehouse. Like
hell?
that's when I knew. That's when I fucking knew
What it
was.
agenda was.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fuck that puto.
Sounds like a little pecker syndrome.
You had a shitty job that comes to mind?
Man, literally, what I do now, cleaning. When I first started this, man, I had to do it because, you know, going through divorce, my mom had stroke, so I didn't want to have to mow yards. I love mowing yards, but first time I ever had to clean up a hoarder's house. Because my partner, we were doing a yard, and I was pissed, man, because at that time I was making hourly. You know, so we're mow and go. We do like try to do 3 yards in an hour. That's how he works, you know. So we're busting him. So there's a big ass cleanup. And when I say it was a hoarders, it's because the whole back alley in the backyard's full of diapers and just shit that you
that's
would
the
think.
worst.
You know what I mean?
crazy,
So
bro.
at that time, I'm like, I'm pissed, bro. He's, you know, hey, real son, Thomas, help me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this shit for no $17 an hour at that time. And he was like, man, I just don't want to do it either. I was like, so long story short is, I decided, he was like, well, you could probably charge somebody for this backyard in this alley. I would charge $450. And when he said $450, I didn't see shit no more. And I feel bad because I had my daughters do a lot of work, and they got jobs now, but them little girls have been working since they've been about 15, 16. And it was only because we were all going through a dark mess and we had to be there. But I told them, I was like, you know, they to this day, they'll see a yard like that, and I don't want to do it. But then when you think about it, if I can provide for it, so it was shitty because there's dead cats, you know, there's piss on piss, and there's just so much stuff. But we learned how to grow. So what we used to do is just try to rake shit up and put it in a trash can or bags. And one day, my oldest, Genesis, she's like, Dad, why don't we just get a tarp? And bro, it was like Jesus spoke to me. I was like, what?
Like I never thought of that.
I go to Home Depot and buy a big tarp. And bro, what took us 2 jobs before took us like 4 or 5 hours Took us like 2 hours, half the time.
They
Dude.
should get you a Little Wonder, bro. That's what I have.
I see that, bro.
Bro, it runs over everything, bro.
I see that, bro. I seen how you do the leaves. You throw the.
yeah.
I'm hoping to get there one day, bro.
What's one? Is it a?
It's like it's a leaf vacuum.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But it sucks up cans,
todo,
bears,
yeah.
whatever, bro.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
You hit that before you mow it? Or no?
Well, I mean, I've done stuff like he's talking about,
Like
before,
cleanups and shit?
But basically, I got that for leaf cleanup because I had a billy goat forever, bro, and it
Yeah.
finally went out. I mean, and I broke down, and it was either between the billy goat and the Little Wonder, and the only reason I went with the Little Wonder is because the billy goat retail place that I would get them from, they went out of business.
Oh shit! Okay,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
started researching, and then the Little Wonder is a bigger machine.
Yeah, I
and
seen it.
it has a bigger capacity. It's a 75-gallon bag, bro.
Damn.
And it mulches the leaves. You know what I'm saying?
and
it's
that's
heavy duty.
That's good shit right there.
Yeah,
See,
so
now-
it doesn't have like that regular blade. It has like these big ass like metal chopper blades.
eats
bro.
it all up. Yeah. See, and God willing, man, I pray and I speak life into that. I pray I can get to that level.
you are.
I am. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you
Not
are.
that I can, but I'm going to
Oh,
get
yeah,
there.
you will.
And with me and the girls, what I've noticed, so what we do, we get the tarps, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
this is about 6-7 years ago. And I know there's other men that had to use their kids before, but after that, dude, you would see like other people, guys with their daughters, or men with their,
My daughters were
right?
with me, bro.
And bro, when you do that, you're, I like to say it's free labor or cheaper labor, but it's really installing something in them, man. Because like going back to the question, I didn't want to clean nobody's shit. Like, nah, fuck that. But when I realized me doing what the average person doesn't want to do, it's going to help me grow. And since that day, if I love mowing yards, like, I'll do that all day. But if somebody calls me for a cleanup, I think that's where I can make my money, And sometimes I sell myself short, but that's where I can make some good money. And it takes me about an hour's worth of work for a $300 to $400
But
check.
like one thing that my father-in-law had told me, bro, like I didn't want to do this one job right. He said, man, if you don't want to do a job, hit them with a high-ass price.
Yeah.
And if they want you to do
Then
it,
you
they'll
do
pay.
it. Yeah.
Because
Yes, sir.
if not, he said, you're going to regret every moment of working for whatever you
on, brother.
told them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
So I hit them with a high
And
price.
sometimes they surprise you, right?
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah. You're happy, but like, damn, but that's
I
good
should've
money.
went higher, bro. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like when you offer me that tree job, I know I could make some good money. I thought about it later. I was like, man, I should have counseled my other jobs. I could have maybe a couple grand.
Can I
off
tell you something? I told my wife, so I did a quinceañera, right? And this was like a couple months ago. So she hired me a year before the quinceañera, right? So as I'm doing the contract, I always require the deposit. She paid me in full. Oh, shit. So when the
hate that,
quinceañera comes around, right, I'm like,
working for
I
free.
gotta
It feels
work
like
for
you're
fucking free.
You're all
Because that money's way fucking
I say the
spent.
same thing, bro. I hate that, bro. I hate when they pay me in full, bro.
Yeah,
But
dude.
it's they're like, I
I feel
want
the
good
same
pictures.
way.
I'm just not into this shit.
They're
I'm
all
working
blurry.
for fucking free.
They're all blurry.
On work spend, I'll leave money for touch-ups. That way I don't feel like I'm coming back or paying my guys to be there for nothing. Like, God damn, man, I fucking got to
That's
pay these
crazy,
dudes.
bro.
But I already got all the money, but I'll leave some there. That way I'd be like, well, there's money there. I can just go touch up this shit real fast for them.
So you know what the fuck I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
exactly.
That's funny shit, dude.
Yeah,
I
dude.
feel the same way.
I'm
bro.
like, paid in full, like, fuck. And it's a year away. I'm going to be working for free.
Yo, can you just put that in your savings and send it to me?
Yeah.
That sucks, bro. That sucks, bro.
Yeah, man. So I already know you've always worked for your fucking dad your
that's
whole
what I'm
life.
saying.
So
Like, I got
you
the
have,
questions. Is the family ever booed you?
yeah.
That falls with my dad and working for him. My worst job and the only person that ever booed me, bro.
Your dad?
My dad, bro. Like to this day, like I've worked for my dad. Well, I still work with him sometimes, but
Okay.
all my life, he's taught me everything I know, right? On construction shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And dude, he is the worst fucking person if you're related to him to work for. With my cousins, everybody. If you're not related to him, bro, he would drink a beer with you at lunch.
Treat you right, yeah.
Treat you, doesn't yell, me, bro? Oh my fucking God. I would be fired every other day. Walk home. I don't give a fuck where we're at. Walk home, man. And no matter what I did, man, it made me
We're in
really
fucking
good.
Seminole,
Hey,
Dad.
that's
Fuck you.
that's me and my son right now, bro.
Yeah, like,
Right now.
like I've gotten really good, man, and I thank him for everything I know, man. And you know, most of the jobs now I try to sell the contract though. So
Yeah.
if I get big jobs, I'll take them and then I'll flip them as I sell the contract for it, right?
Okay.
So like you know the Panera breads and the oil field stuff, I'll sell those. I'll make sure I secure that contract and then I'll sell it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But so he's never been into the commercial, so he never liked it. But man, my pop, bro, I would work. I would think like, man, I fucking did good. I got everything covered up for him. He's gonna come in here and knock this out. He get like, God damn, he didn't fucking do this. I'm like, fuck, man. Every day, and then to a point where I was like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna do it because he's gonna talk shit anyway.
Right, yeah.
And everybody's all worried. I said, dude, he's gonna talk shit. Nah, bro, everything looks good. I said, dude, he's.
I know my
talk
dad.
shit.
Yeah.
I said, watch. Tell him you did it. Tell him you fucking did it, and I had to go run and get material. Just tell me you did it. He's not gonna say shit. So he'll come in and he'll be like, "Yeah, man, you're doing fucking good, man." And he'll be really fucking cool with them, right? And I'll be like, and I'll leave.
Yo, this
And then we'll do the same fucking thing on the next apartment or the next home, right? And then he'd be like, I won't have to say I was there because he'd get there and I'm there, and he'd be like, God damn it, that's all y'all fucking did. I'm like, constantly, anything fucked up, my fault. Everything, so I was always trying to be better, but you get to that point like, God damn, Dad. So that's what I'm saying. The booing, even to this day, bro. Yeah. I hate for him to go to a job site that I
really.
Got. Yeah, man.
I was gonna ask you.
He'll call me. Hey, where you at? I said, I'm over here, man, on south side of Lubbock. He'd be like, oh, well, I ain't doing shit right now. I was gonna roll by see if you want to do lunch.
Can I meet you there, Dad?
I said, well, where you want to eat at? Well, I was gonna stop by. I'll pick you up. Nah, man, because I got everybody with me, man. And he was like, well, just fucking let him take your ride or, tell him to go and we'll just go together. And I'm like, fuck, man, because he'll go in there, bro, and he'll be like, oh, yeah, I mean,
I could do better.
I mean, if the customers like it, I'm like, this motherfucker, bro. No matter what. And then I've gone there, bro, and other
Your dad's
people,
awesome.
Dude. And I'll go to his job site, right? And I'll be like, why'd y'all do it like this? Hey, don't fucking worry about it. Because, if you could have bid this job, but you didn't want to do it because you're so fucking busy. I'm like,
I was going to ask, do you ever I know your dad finds his own work, but
bro.
Do you ever throw him work? Does he like, fuck that, I can get it myself?
Dude, my dad is fucking crazy, bro. You've heard him on the thing.
Oh, yeah,
So he has
sure.
a super bad temper, right?
He wakes up and chooses violence every morning, bro.
You ever seen those little
every
prank
morning
phone calls, right? It's a recording. It's a prank call.
Yeah.
I got my dad, man. I sent it to him, and it's a recording. If you're just calm, you'll notice a recording, right? Dude, straight. Fuck you. Da-da-da-da-da. Where you at? I'm like, God.
I'll beat your motherfucker.
Dude, he's battling a recording on that phone, dog, ready to meet. He's just.
Oh, your dad.
He's all pissed.
Yes, I've worked with him since, man, 7th grade.
I was about to say literally 7th grade.
Yeah.
I've always worked like a fool, and he's never given me shout out to him now, because every business I've done, every dollar I've made, I give it to him because he taught me.
He showed you the way.
He showed me the way.
He did, bro. He did.
And work ethic, man. But he has been like booing. He will fucking boo me, tell me I ain't shit on painting. Like he'll be like, nah, that's not right. I'm like
Pushing you to do better, yeah.
And I'm like, nobody ever will know. Like, if you do something for a living, like photography, right? You do that. You can look at some of these pictures they took, and you can see where
I can easily critique it.
And your businesses with dogs or landscape, y'all could see like, man, they should have cut it this way or used this edge. So painters will go, or any kind of construction, you go in there and you be like, man, they fucked up here, spotted. But most of when I go look at somebody's shit, I don't say nothing. I'm like, customer's happy, there's good. My dad will tear my shit hard, bro. If I did it,
bro, but
I'm
you're
in charge of it.
But you're also the fucking owner operator. It's not like you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
He's critiquing you like you're doing it
He's
yourself.
telling you, son, hire better people.
Bro, he knows the majority of the time I don't do the prep stuff. I mostly just spray everything, right? Yeah. For the guys. But he will come in and be like, God damn, man. Fucking, y'all didn't even tape this right. I was like, well, let me go get him. Don't fucking just do it. You're right. Just do it.
He's like, I taught you, son. Do the shit.
I'm like, Dad, I got you, man.
That's cool.
So, like I said, growing up, my relationship with him because of that was really rough.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and I got my, my kids and stuff, I'm just like, I just smile, but I do not love him at my job sites.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker will boo my
That's
ass.
badass, dude.
I wonder all the time if my dad was still alive, what our relationship would be.
Yeah, me too.
Because he was like that. Like, he was my biggest fucking critic. And he just barely turned it off. Yeah. And then he passed away. Yeah. And I always wonder what our relationship would fucking be like if
I
he
always
was
think it
still
gets
alive.
better, man.
Yeah.
You start realizing with kids, because at first, when you're a kid, you know everything.
Oh,
you
yeah.
fucking know it all.
Oh, yeah.
He don't know. He's
Yeah.
old.
I was
I'm
looking at my
older and I
kid
got
over there.
I got
Yeah.
my kid,
Yeah.
and it's just like, man, I see him, and even though he talks shit and all the time, I just smile and just like,
And
Pop, you know what I mean?
I
get
think
it.
pops want us in their own way to be better. My dad was, I like to say, he kind of relived his years through us. He'd go to the high schools and but before that, man, he was an asshole to me, man, and it really was. But it made me the man. So when you think about how hard pops was on both of y'all, it in turn made you better men, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you're
for
tough on
sure.
your son out of love because you realize pops loved you. You're more gentle with your son, and you understand your daughter because of the tough nature. It goes back to it takes us to learn from it, right? And
But you said it yourself not too long ago. Maybe we were talking personal, but like you said, like even your dad asked you now, like you think blah blah. You're like, motherfucker, you know more than me. Like,
Dude, because he's like, what do you think we should do? I'm like, dude, you fucking tell me everything.
your dad, you forgot more than I know. What are you talking
Part
about?
of me scared to say the wrong thing. Like, oh
Hell
shit,
yeah.
what do you think?
It's a test, bro. Yeah,
Nah, man, I love him, man. He's fucking crazy. But
that's cool, bro.
But you know, you are right though, because like my dad was super fucking tough on me, and I'm super lenient with my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm afraid that that's gonna ruin him.
Yeah, and I
because
feel
you gotta have that balance. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
balance,
Because the world's not fucking easy.
It's not,
Definitely
bro.
not. It's gonna
Yeah.
beat us down, and
Shout out to
not
Miko
gonna give
though.
us a-
I love
So,
Miko
how do
has you on your toes,
how
and
do
I
you
love
feel
that, bro.
about that?
I love it.
Nah, I think you're right, man. I mean, because, of course, I think every parent, the only person that's going to want you to do better than them is your parents,
Yeah,
bro. You
for
know what
sure.
I'm saying? Because everybody else, you can do okay, but don't do better than me. You know what I'm saying? But with my dad, too, man, it was like he was hard on me. I mean, we grew up in the hood doing what we did, but
yeah.
I think he started to regret what he showed me because then I took it and I started to do the same thing, But with my kids, man, I want to do a lot different than my dad did with me, man. I think, with that old school generation, they didn't know how to sit us down and because he messed around on my mom and did all types of stuff like that, but he never once sat me down and said, hey,
Communicate,
I cheated on your
yeah.
mom, whatever.
Yeah.
And also, they only know what they're taught.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Because I didn't know. I only knew my grandpa as an old man. I didn't know his young life
Come on.
and how he treated my dad.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I don't.
That's a
a
good
lot
point.
of us don't know
Good
our
point.
parents when they were young. They were
And
wild.
see, I think a lot of that is like learned behaviors
Yeah, sir.
and
Learned
iniquities, bro.
behaviors,
So
bro.
if that's how your dad is with you, that's more likely that's how
How
his
you're
dad
gonna
was
be.
with him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and that's
And
how I
you
got
have
older.
to break
Yeah,
that.
That's
That
that
generation
old,
curse,
that's
bro.
that old school
You break
shit.
that-
Yeah.
you break that
But
cycle.
I asked what do you think, because do you treat your daughter a lot gentler than you do your son?
I do. I mean, in a way, because for one, my daughters don't give me hell like my son does. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I've had to beat my son's ass before, bro. Like, I hate to even say it, but I did for getting out of line.
Yeah.
And I tried to get a hold of him another time, and he ran off on me. He's lucky that I didn't catch him. But nah, man, my kids are good kids. They respect. I mean, we bumped our heads and stuff, but
It's natural, yeah.
for the most part, man, I got some good kids, bro. You know
Amen,
what I mean?
brother. Praise God
I
for
mean,
that.
my son, just because he's a little hard-headed and he gets a little hot-headed, and the people that he's hanging out with and stuff, kind of turn him into a different person.
Yes,
But
sir.
I mean, I think I do, just because the girls are different and they require a different kind of love. You know what I'm saying? Because like for one, you want to show your daughter the love that she should expect from a man.
Yeah.
And at the
Exactly.
same time, your son, you want to be hard on him and let him know, like, look, man, like I'm only chewing your ass because I want you to do better. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is a little.
But I
different,
never understood that.
Yeah, and I
didn't-
don't know how to feel with the son. I have
Yeah.
nephews and stuff, but yeah, with your daughter, I like to say we want to keep them away from our crazy asses, like how we were growing up. And I think about that a lot. My oldest one, I don't have to worry about that, but my middle one, she likes the attention and she likes the boys, and she always tells me, "Well, this guy goes to church. He's a good boy." And I was like, "I was a good guy." And,
I went to church
and,
too.
and I was like, and I'm honest with them though. I tell them some of the things I used to do. I was a
Yeah.
nerdy kid, but
Yeah.
you got to. So I let them know that I'm aware of it, but I want them to be aware because even us good people make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
You
and
gotta remember too, though. As a dad, you're your daughter's first love. You know what I mean? So
You don't
if
wanna tarnish that,
so
bro.
if
Come
you,
on,
if you she's looking at you. So if you're doing fucked up shit, which we all guilty of messing up, right?
They're gonna think that's okay.
They think it's okay.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And it's all right, and it's okay to do these things. So
He treated my mom like that.
Like I said on that
and they
last
were
one, you know, you
okay.
gotta feed them
real, bro.
with a spoon.
For real.
Feed them love with a spoon. Otherwise, they'll eat that love off a knife. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They'll
yeah.
hurt themselves expecting that love because that's the only love they know. That's
But,
the only love they
but
saw.
me as a kid, I didn't understand that
Yeah.
because I see, you know, like the Tech Fight song "Strive for Honor." I strove, like I strive to make my dad tell me I'm proud of you. And he never did. But that was my whole life as a kid. Like I wanted to hear those words from my dad. So to do my best as possible to make him happy, and he never was happy with me. And then I'm telling you, I never understood this because he was so lenient with my sister. I never understood like how he loved her in my mind, in my eyes,
you felt
in
that
my
way.
eyes. I'm a kid, you know. He loved her more, and I'm doing way more than her to make him notice me. And I'm like, I started hating my sister, and it drove a wedge between me and my sister's relationship up until we're adults, bro. And I didn't understand that until I was an actual young adult when I was like, damn, my dad was actually, he did love me. Like he was preparing me for the fucking world. And
You didn't see it like that.
I didn't. But as a kid, you don't understand that. So I was just like, fuck my sister. Like she does less and gets more love from the guy that I want all the love from. And I never understood that, dude. I never did.
Type of love.
Yeah, it was.
And
It
there's so
really
many
was.
people like that, bro, that you can help, that you're helping out by being honest, being. I think my daughters, my younger, they fight a lot like that. And when you said that, it kind of rang a bell. Like they do, you know, you're competing. Like, hey, Dad, look what I'm doing. And I think deep down, Dad is like, okay, you're my boy. This is what's expected.
Yeah, he was just like someone. You could do this, and you could do that. I'm like, motherfucker, I try my best. And then you have my sister doing the bare minimum. Like, I'm proud of you, mija. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I mean, one thing that we don't do with our kids, man, is I don't enable them, bro. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Like, I think whenever you start to enable somebody, bro, you ruin them. You know what I'm saying? Like, my son, you know, he started falling into the wrong crowd. He was always busting his ass, working at Auberon's, taking up extra shifts, working with me, making money. And then he started hanging out with these kids, smoking weed all day. Didn't want to show up to the jobs. And like, he just went down a wrong path, bro. And my mother-in-law blessed him with the Tahoe whenever he or like when he turned 16, right? Nice little Tahoe. And he didn't have his registration sticker when it, you know what I'm saying? He just fell into a little rut, bro.
Yeah.
We made him park the car. I said, bro, you don't have insurance. I don't have none of that. You're not, because that's one thing that I do make my kids pay for is their vehicle. Like, not for the car, but for the gas, insurance, all of that. That's you. That's your responsibility, you know? And he fell behind, so he gets caught up. He gets his income tax. He gets everything back on the road. Man, the first night that he was back on the road, they busted every window to his Tahoe, bro.
Shit.
Damn.
Every window. And so what do? I go take him to Clear Glass or whatever and pay for all the damn windows to get put back in hopes that he pays me back. Doesn't pay me back. So what I do is we get into a little scuffle or whatever. I find out where he's at. I got the spare key. I go pick up the Tahoe. 2 days later, it's at the United on Frankfurt and 82nd for sale. And it sells, bro.
Yeah, you got rid of it.
Hell yeah. I'm getting my money back regardless.
you
you
got
know what I'm saying?
brother. Yeah.
And
Hold him
I mean,
accountable.
I hated to do that, bro, because
It's a
since
tough lesson he had to learn.
Yeah, but I told him, I said, look, man, I'm never gonna enable you to do anything, bro. Like, if that's the man you want to be, you could be that man until you figure it out.
Come on,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Come on.
But I don't ever want to be that person, bro, because I've seen, family members and friends that enable their kids and it ruins them, bro.
For real, brother.
30, 40 years old and don't have nothing to show for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've always been
right.
given stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. I said, if that's the person you're gonna be that on your own.
Shout out to you,
You're not
bro.
gonna have help from me being,
What's the age gap between your son and like the next one?
So my 3 older kids are basically 2 years apart. 27, 25, 23. And then I got a daughter who's fixing to turn 16 in April, and then my baby just turned 10.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. So there's a pretty big gap right there.
Time goes by fast. That's
Yeah.
nuts, bro.
I got a 16-year gap, Angel and Malachi.
Yeah.
See, I have a son, the same situation. Remember, I told you he don't like to work, man. He doesn't. Yeah. And I was hard on him, always trying to make him work, buy him a mobile wash thing. He did it for 1 or 2 days, said it was too hard, he wanted to do it. Yeah. But he wanted to keep it so he could sell it. I was like, no, that's not going to work.
He wanted dad to take care of it.
And then he would always talk shit about my daughter, like, well, you give her. I said, it's different, man. But if you go to the restaurant, she's there. Always working.
She's the one working. Yeah.
She's always with me. Like if I go do shit and I gotta go do stuff, I take her with me. She rides with me. She posted one time like, shout out to my dad for making me the best man I could be. Love your daughter. yeah. She's always grinding with me.
Cool.
Right?
She is cool, man. Good kid. You raised her right.
But my son, I don't know, and I just can't enable him. I don't like, dude. Nobody's gonna give you nothing
bro.
in this world, bro.
This world will eat you up, bro, if you go out there like that.
And y'all talking about that, I'm an enabler, right? Except for when it comes to the kids, and I think I was trying to enable him when I first was going through what I did because I wanted to save him. And shout out to my oldest, man. She went to counseling. She's got good people in her life that she kind of helped me realize, you ain't got to enable me, Dad. She's like, that's kind of the issue why Mom's doing what she's doing. So now we hold the beautiful things, we hold each other accountable. Like if they see me slipping, whether it's with work or my attitude or I'm angry, she tells me we call each other road dogs. Like, because when this all happens, she's like, wherever you go, I'm rolling, dog. And so we're road dogs. She's like, she sees me struggling, she helps me pick myself up. So when she's going through stuff, she's 20, 21-year-old, she's going through life, and some of the smallest things she thinks so big, I have her back. And that accountability, man, it sucks because I don't want to depend on my kid for accountability. But when you have accountability, it can go a long way. So I'm hoping she sees it. And but when you have people, you love your kids, you want to be able to provide for them. But enabling them, it's only going to run them into the ground.
Yeah,
it
really
unfortunately,
does,
bro. Unfortunately.
Excuse me. Like I said, man, it was just something I never understood until I was an actual adult when I realized, fuck, he was preparing me for life because the world, like you said, will fucking eat you up.
Because he never enabled you to be a fucker. He'd get onto your ass.
No, I just never understood how I had to, like, dot my T's. Yeah. Dot my I's, cross my T's, and fucking cross my J's. You know what I mean? Or lowercase J's. I'm like, fuck, like this dude's always on my shit. So I always strive to make him happy, and it was just like he was never happy. And then he turned that shit off, and then boom, he passed away. And I always think about what our relationship would fucking be like if he didn't pass away.
Yeah, it sucks, bro.
Keep learning, keep doing what you're doing with your son, and learn as.
Well, that's the thing. Like it made me understand that he's not a kid no more.
Yeah,
so he just opened up and said, like, he said after next season, which is the football season, he don't want to be a saddle tramp no more.
Okay.
So I told him, I said, damn, dude, like your senior year, you don't want to. You've been all the way through up until your senior year at Tech. You don't want to be a saddle tramp no more? He was like, no. So then my wife was like, you have to tell him, like, he can't quit. And I said, the only thing I can do is just tell him, hey, man, think about it. Which he gave us a fucking, boom, 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 boom. Like,
why?
It made me think like he had already thought about it. So she was like, you have to tell him he can't quit. I was like, I can't tell that man he can't quit. He's a man.
I know that's tough, I bet.
So I can advise him. You might regret it. You might regret it. You went all the way through your senior year. You might regret it. But then again, I don't know what's in his head. He might be already fucking done now. You know what I mean? He might be going the extra mile just for us.
Yeah.
So
and that's good that you're letting him figure it out. Say, hey, we're here to help
But as opposed to my dad was like, no, motherfucker, you're going. And I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
So that I think I take my dad's parenting into consideration on how I parent him. So
good.
Yeah. No, that's good, bro.
It's like you said, you want to break the generational curse. I'm not saying that we are generationally cursed in that situation, but I learned from that, and I'll just pick and choose how I want to parent him on how.
Break the mold,
because I don't want to fucking force him to do shit he don't want to do. Because I already know what that's like. Because then you're gonna half-ass it, and so what's the point?
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you're not giving it 100, then you just waste your time.
So what's the point? Get the fuck out. Jump out.
And then if you think, I'm a Care Bear, so I think ahead of time. You think of your grandkids one day. Think of whether God blesses y'all with multiple grandbabies.
Yeah.
The things you installed in your son and what you and your wife have installed in him is going to affect him as he becomes a father. If
he ever had a kid, boy or girl, Dude, y'all would never see me.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait, bro.
Y'all would never. I'd quit the podcast.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
We're like, you're not gonna do the podcast no more? Nah, we're fishing.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't even go. I'm doing shit that I've never done with my grandchild.
I'm taking my baby to New York. She's 6 months, JP.
Exactly, dude. Like,
We're gonna, and that's as we mature, bro. I look forward to that, And even with my daughter, she always tells me, "Well, Dad, I'm sorry, I shot that dream down." I was like, "No, you can find you a woman that maybe has kids. You might adopt." I was like, "I look forward. I got to get there. I got to still work on being a better man for my grandkids." So it's not that I put my kids aside now. It's like it's another layer of inspiration to say, "Okay, I want to be better," because my kids can see the bad in Dad. My grandkids, they all they know is Bull walked on water. They think my dad was I was like, my dad used to thump me in my head and knock my ass out. And it's like, okay, then I got to start working on being a better person so my grandkids can have something to live up to. Not live up to, but look up to. So, raising your sons the way you raising your kids, your daughter, I always tell you this, you always say, you give a shout out to her biological father. Bro, she has the looks. I'm helping him coach T-ball, bro, and she's out there.
That's so badass, bro.
She's out there.
Hey, don't let them fool you that I'm helping. This dude's doing all the coaching. No, I'm the manager.
You're all right. He's doing Coach Stone's wrestling coach. Turn him, flip him. Good job. Good job.
I'm telling Thomas, hey, you think we should make them run around these bases?
You got it, coach. But your daughter being out there, man, like I pray one day you can take a step.
Thomas all smoking a black and mild in the outfield. Go over there, get your line trick. Go over there.
Dude, I didn't know. Dude, I had no idea what to do with these kids. I was just like, hit the ball and run around the bases. Just in a row. Fucking tire them out.
But as you were getting comfortable with it, Mika was there, right? And she opened up. Miko opened up to my daughter, and as they were walking back, she was like, "Yeah, my dad. I was hoping that I could get to the alley and him not see me, but I know he was looking for me." So you bringing her involved with it, man. That's how you hold them accountable. So you're not enabling, you hold them accountable. And I pray that our kids open up one day and realize that we're not as old. And
she works right there at Christ the King, so she had to drive by us.
She had to
right
right
there. Like, girl, if you would have went home and not stopped and helped us, I would have been so pissed.
Before we go, bro. One last question I wanted to ask you, man. What's one image that's tattooed in your brain?
Man, bro, whenever you send me that message, that text with that question, man, it's a heartbreaking one, man. I'm from Arlen Benson, man, and I remember one year, it had to have been 2003, 2004. There was a young kid that had been reported to the cops that he was walking around with a pistol, right? And he was bipolar. I know. And it was a little. I think it was a little chilly that season, bro. I can't really remember the timestamp on it or whatever. But I was driving through the neighborhood, man. I remember my girls were in the car. They were babies at the time. They were pretty young. And man, I remember I was cruising through the hood, man, and then I seen like a few squad cars like come hauling ass behind me, then speed around me, then another one. I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? They're finna bust me or what? Yeah. And so they're just speeding around me, right? And I guess they're looking for this kid. And so I'm headed back to my mom's house. She lives on Harvard in Flint. And I'm on Erskine in Flint, right? And then so I see these cops' cars go around me, and then they pull up on Fordham, bro. They just get out of the squad car with guns drawn already, right? And I see this kid with a hoodie on, and he turns around, and I can't really see his motion, but I know he's like turning around like he's fixing to draw the weapon, right? And I just see like holes just being ripped through his sweater, bro.
You saw that? De La Rosa, right?
Yeah.
De La Rosa, bro.
Mike, yeah. Shout out to him, man. If anybody,
and he didn't have a pistol on him.
He did, bro.
Oh,
it was a fake pistol. They had reported him. He had been walking around with the gun, and they didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you don't know. You don't
so
know.
whenever he pulled around, like you're pulling it, they don't know that it's fake. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that, bro.
I was in the hood
and that I could just see it, bro. Plain as day.
Damn,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? It was a gray sweater, bro, and like in the movies, bro, like. I had my music loud, so I really couldn't hear what was going on. And I just seen them cops, pull out their weapons, and then you could just see, like, holes just ripping through his chest, bro.
Fuck. Like the movies.
And just folded, bro. Like, he just went back, and it's slow motion, bro. It's crazy. And so I just went around, went to the house, and then, the crowd just drew. And I was like, damn, bro. Like, that's one image that will...
Too young, bro. Too young.
We'll read some books.
Yeah,
Thanks, bro. You done fucked up though.
He was, I wanted to end it on a good note. Yeah, I remember Delaware. He's a good kid, man.
Dude, no bullshit. I had a real good friend of mine. He was always a good fucking time, man. I don't want to say his name. Always a good time, man. And he just fell fucking victim to alcohol, man. He just loved fucking alcohol. And this dude graduated. This dude went to play football in New Mexico. Said, fuck New Mexico. This town's boring. And then came to Tech and graduated Tech in like 2 years, dude. Like, he was fucking all there. Like, he was always all there. He was smart. And then he just turned to shit, man. Like, we'd go to his house, it'd be good times, and then he was that guy's like, don't leave. I'm like, bro, it's like fucking 6 a.m. Don't leave, man. The party's just is still going. Like, bro. And then it got worse. He was calling everyone at like 5 a.m. like, hey, let's party. I'm like, bro, it's 5 fucking a.m. And I'm saying all this because he did suicide by cop.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was, when you said that story, it reminded me of him, man. Like,
That's
sucks,
tough,
bro.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
It's crazy. That's one of the images that I thought of. There's a couple that I thought of, but that's one of those. Because, you know, that's crazy. I didn't even, that's crazy. Nichols, man.
But,
good rest of soul.
yeah, so an image that's always tattooed on my brain is my grandma was my fucking world, dude. You could not peel me away from my grandma. And when she got sick with Alzheimer's, my mom's mom, I did not want to see her, like, decline. I wanted to keep my memories of how my grandma's always been. And me and my mom will always fight about that because she always was like, you weren't there for your grandma. I was like, I get that. I understand you're pissed off at me for saying that, but that wasn't the case. I just did not want to remember my grandma like that. Like, my grandma was fucking everything to me. So my grandma's sick. She's in the hospital for like one of the final times. And when you got Alzheimer's, like, sometimes your shit comes back to you. Well, I guess when I walked in, her shit, like, it came back.
Baby boy, yeah.
But my grandma's smile, and I always say this, man, my grandma's smile will fucking make the sun rise, bro. So when I remember her sitting on like the little recliner in the hospital room facing the doorway, and when I walked in, like, she just smiled ear to ear, and it was her. It was fucking her. And she was like, Mijo. And that fucking, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of that image. Dude. Like, it just tattooed on my brain. And it's just like, Mijo. And I'm like, oh shit, like, what's up, grandma? And
That's badass, bro.
fucking heartwarming, heartfelt. Like, it just hugs my soul. And I'll never forget that. And I think God gave me that to just keep forever. I really do.
I like to think that's going to be
good,
your
man.
first image you see when you get there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hope so.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be real cool.
Yeah, that's cool,
But
man.
I'm not lying. Not a day goes by, especially on the morning shift that I got to get up early for. Not a day goes by that I don't fucking think
That's
of
cool, bro.
her just ear to ear, like, Mijo. I'm just like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I love that.
That's
That's
badass,
cool.
man.
Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing that, brother. You already know. Yeah, I think of my granny too. I was trying to think of my racist granny. Oh yeah. So JP, stay outside the gate. She don't like us Mexicans. You know, in her older years, she's alone, man. My mom, would come by and check on her for a little bit, but I guess as now I realize some parents, she says, I don't want to deal with it. So I was just a grandkid that, hey, granny, I'll talk to her about anything and eat pickles and ice creams and stuff. But when I got a little bit older, me and my wife were taking care of her. Like, we'd take her to her appointments. And one of the best memories is just when I'd pull up to her house, she'd be standing. She's probably like 4'11", 5 foot at the most. And she'd be standing at the front window just waiting for me to pull up. And when I'd pull up, it's like that little kid. She's just so excited.
Yeah.
So I'm getting my kids out, and by the time I get to the door, she goes and she has the cookies and the pickles ready.
Damn.
For me. And Granny Joyce, I jokingly say she was, racist and stuff. That image, bro. So that one, and then my abuelita, I can remember the wrinkles on her face. So when you talk about your grandma, I think it's just that love we have, and I truly believe one day I am going to see her again, or I know I am. But I pray that, it's all the same. But I can remember the wrinkle. I remember the mole with the hair coming out. I was probably like 3 years old because she would do like the Hispanic, the dingada dingada. I can remember that, bro. And
when grandma hits that banger, she hits that banger, bro.
Doing it. But I can remember she'd be Dame beso, and I would always want to kiss. That was my mom, And on a little side note, my brother always reminds me, one day I called her a fucking bitch because I was 2 years old, and that was my mom.
Chingo.
And they wanted, I know, part of my French. But I'm saying because she was like, Miko, no, check it out. She was like, that's my mom. She was like, my mom. And that night, her and my grandpa were gonna go out for a change. And she's like, Miko, I'm gonna let mom come pick you. And I was like, no, throwing a fit. And they had bought me the little boots. I was the badass kid. So the reason I'm a good person now is to make up for all the shit I did as a kid. But she was like, Miko, we're going to go out, and afterwards we'll pick you up. And my brother said, I told her, you fucking bitch. I kicked her. Well, all my uncles beat the shit out of a 3-year-old kid that night. That's the story. But, yeah, my grandparents, bro, when I think of just seeing her both of them at their front door, man, that's an image that keeps me going. It's like in a positive
awesome,
way,
bro.
brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I miss those ladies.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like I just said it. Like if Isaiah gave me a grandchild, it's something my grandma always told my mom. My grandma lived in Shallow bro, and it was to my mom it was boring.
Yeah.
But you could not peel me away from her, and I would fucking leave like a circus to go kick it with my grandma, and my mom would be like, I gotta take you to Shallow Water. They ain't shit over there. Like, fuck you. And I'm like, I wanna go. I wanna go. And my grandma would always tell my mom, when you have a grandkid, you're gonna fucking understand.
Yep.
Like,
and now that my mom has my niece, which is her granddaughter, she know like you can't peel my niece away from her. Bro.
It's different.
Yeah. Like it's totally different, man.
I'm gonna be praying that Miko get not anytime soon because I don't want him, but I can't wait. You and the wife are gonna be fighting who gets the grandbaby more. And
no, man, like I shit you not, man. I would love to experience shit for the first time for myself with the grandchild.
Oh, bro,
you know what
I
mean?
can't
like
wait.
I said, like yeah.
I'll be praying for that, brother. I pray that, I pray for that.
I mean, respectfully, he fucking finished school first.
Yeah. You're not anytime
we
soon, Miko.
fucking invested all kinds of money in this fucking this tuition. I hope he finishes school.
Oh, shit.
But you
I have a sad one. It was my grandpa.
Rates
man.
and bugs.
Super sad. Not too bad, man. It was my grandpa, man. Before he passed away, he lived on Cornell next to the fire station, right there in Arne Benson. And my uncles had called me. He was getting really bad, man. And they were like, "Hey, we need you to come down here," because my uncles are already old too,
Yeah.
And they're like, "We need you to help." They're saying Jefe into the car, and I was like, "Okay." I ain't seen him in a while, man. I was doing my work business and shit like that, so I ain't gone over there to visit them. And I went in, man, and I was like, "Where's he at?" They're like, "He's in the back." Like, we just need you to get him in the car. And I was like, "Okay, I go back there, man." And he had lost so much weight, bro, and I had to carry him like a baby, man. Pick him up, man, and walk him into the truck that was outside. And I put him in there, man. And I was like, "Where y'all taking him?" They said, "To Littlefield with my aunt, because she lived out there." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Man," I was like, "Well, I'm going to follow y'all." It was my birthday, December 20th. And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to follow y'all, man." So I followed them all the way down there, and I carried him out of the truck and put him inside, stuff like that. And I was, talking to him and stuff, and I didn't want to leave. And he was like, "It's your birthday." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. And he was like, "Oh, go. You're still young. Gotta go." And I was like, I'm going to stay. And then, and he was like, "No, just go, man. Just go." He goes, "I'm going to be here. I can't go nowhere. I can't walk." And I was like, "All right, Grandpa," being selfish, man. And I was like, "All right." And I took off, man, and I got to Lubbock. As soon as I pulled into Lubbock, my aunt called me. He passed away.
He wanted you.
Yeah, I was about to say,
and I was
you.
like,
He wanted
man, dude, it tore me up because I was like,
You weren't supposed to see that.
yeah, but it was just, I hadn't seen him, man. And, when I was little, like I said, he was hard, in the irrigations, man. They grew up on on Flint next to the church, right down the street from the church. So, he was always tough. He did hard labor. He was a tough older man, So, when he was getting sick, I saw him getting sick, but I hadn't been around in a while, man. I would call my grandma and just do the typical, "Hey, you need anything, Grandma? Let me know," or would send groceries and stuff like that, but I never took the time to fucking get off the goddamn truck or car and go in there and spend some time with him, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but it's easy to Monday morning quarterback that.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know what I
Good
mean?
point. Good point.
So I was just like, man. So when I saw him, man, it just broke my heart. And then, you know, even though I saw him like that, man, and all that, I was still like, okay, you know, I'll be back.
He
You know?
knew, bro.
Yeah,
He was
seen
like,
me.
go.
He was
go.
like, oh, I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
I can't. And he made the joke, you know, I can't walk. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, man. And I take off, and as soon as I get to Lubbock, man, my aunt calls me, telling me that, you know, he passed away. And I was like, fuck, man. I came back, and I never regretted it. I was like, you know, I always regret that. I was like, God, I could have just stayed.
You can't
a
put
little
that
longer.
on
I could
yourself
celebrate another
because
day.
you were doing him a disservice.
Yeah.
By he was like, motherfucker, go, because I'm ready to go and I'm staying strong
Yeah.
for you.
And what I heard from that is you carried your grandpa.
Yeah, I carried
Yeah.
him.
You know, how many, we know that somewhere down the line, when you were first born, he carried you somewhere. Whether it was, hey, Dad, hold him real quick. The fact that, man, how many of us, you got to hold him one last time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you hit it right on the nail. He's kind of like, hey, you go. And I pray that you can release that unforgiveness because it really wasn't on you.
It's you know, like I said, everything you do, things happen in your life, good and bad. Like
Yeah,
we always
yeah.
say, we thank God for the bad things that happen
got
and
to.
the good
Yeah,
things.
got to.
You know, it makes me, man, I try my very best anytime I could help somebody or be so. Sometimes I'm like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna get off and talk and see what's
That's good,
up.
though.
Yeah.
You can call, you know. Sometimes I know this dude or but hey, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What are y'all doing?
No, but I like that about
checking
you,
on me
bro.
too, you know,
Like-
because you don't know, like Joe, when Joe passed away, you know, I had just with him that weekend before, and before he went back to the oil field, and we were remodeling his house because he was going to sell it, right? And then I had just talked to him the night before. He just left the gym. You know, every time we called each other, it was like, "What's up, sister?" You know, just talking shit. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll be in tomorrow, man. We'll finish that shit up." And I was like, "All right, cool, man." And then the next day, I was getting the phone call, right? And it was Marisa calling, and I was like, oh, sometimes, you know, I wasn't going to answer, but I was like, you know, I was busy working. It was me and Jay Zavala. And I was like, you know, I'm going to answer it. So I answered it, and I stopped everything, answered the phone, and I could not understand a word she was saying. You know what I mean? And all that went down. We hauled ass down to Rankin and all that stuff. And seeing him lay there, you don't know when the last time with somebody is, man.
brother.
And you might not, you know, my kids, you know, my daughter upsets me. You know, she wants to smoke some weed, kills me. My son and stuff like that, but I never want to leave anybody. And we might not agree, but I don't want you thinking I hate you or I'm upset with you. You know, I might not agree with you and I'm disappointed right now. It doesn't mean I don't love you.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
it. Because you just don't know, man. You don't fucking
And
Beautiful
know.
message, man.
And that's why I made a habit, and sometimes it pisses me off when I forget. But I made a habit of when I open my eyes every fucking morning to say, "Thank you, thank you for waking me up."
Because some people did it.
Because and like I said, it pisses me off. And there are a few days, you know, they're sprinkled throughout the month, but there are a few days that I wake up and I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't say thank you. But I always am grateful for opening my eyes.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Definitely,
It's just you never fucking know. But I want to say this, like my Uncle Enos, Thomas knew my Uncle Enos. Like he was my mentor, to be honest with you. I say that my uncles fucked with me. They did. They really did as a kid. But as I'm growing up to be like junior high and high school age, he was like the guy that took me under his wing and like showed me shit that your dad should show you. But my dad never did because he was the authority figure. And then this guy's like showing me life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it is.
So yeah. So he finally found the love of his life, bro. Like he loved this woman with every ounce of his fucking blood in his body. He loved this woman. So God tells me that he knew he was about to die. And for the life of me, my aunt was like, he sent me away.
Get it?
And he moved to Boston. This dude was Texas.
Texas.
Fucking
Country.
like Texas.
Oh, man.
Through and through. And then he finds this woman from Boston, and he makes his way to fucking Boston, and he loves this woman, and he makes Boston his home. So he knows he's about to die. He sends her home. He's like, hey, go get me a change of clothing. I'll be all right. And she's like, no, like, I'm not leaving you. He's like, yeah, man, just go bring me a change of clothing. I'm going to be all right. Mm-hmm. And she gets home and she gets the phone call that he passed away.
It's crazy,
But
bro.
but he don't want her to see that. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what's crazy, bro? So my mom, you know, God rest her soul, man. She went through a hard time, bro. She had a brain tumor that kind of after they tried to remove it, it just threw her off like completely, you know. And they told us that there was a 50-50 chance she would live 6 months with the brain tumor, 6 months without it. So I'm like, well, damn, you know, I mean, let's throw the dice and see what we can get, you know. And so she ended up living 6 years, bro. After that, they weren't the best 6 years, but she lived, you know.
Praise God to that.
And what's it called? It was 2013, man. It was Labor Day weekend. I got a call from San Antonio that my mom had another seizure. They were taking her to the hospital, and it was a lot worse than the ones that she had been having. Well, she went into a coma, bro, for 17 days and never woke up. We decided to put her on hospice and take her off of the breathing machine and stuff. And my sister's there, bro, every day, wouldn't go home. They'd have to make her go home, go sleep, eat, go to work. You know, she was taking time off. And the doctor said, man, you need to just go. You know, maybe your mom wants to be alone. My aunt, everybody was always there, right? And then the doctor came in and said, look, man, you know, I know none of y'all want to miss out, but maybe she doesn't want anybody here. You know what I mean? So they all took off that day, and she was at Covenant, I worked at UMC. The day that she passed away, everybody was there. My brothers, my sisters were all there. The nurse had told my sister, she said, you know, we're going to take her a bath. Usually once we take her a bath, the body relaxes and it's ready to be released, you know? And so I told my sister, I said, hey, man, if anything happens, you need to call me, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, man, long story short, she had been in a coma, bro, for 17 hours, right? 17 days. My brothers and sisters were there, and I'm the only one that's not there, right, because I'm at work. And my brother said that my mom was asleep in the bed and that she woke up and, like, propped herself up. And he said, man, I thought she was going to get up and walk out of that bed, bro. Wow. He said she just woke up and looked around and saw everybody there except me, right? And then he said, that's when my sister called me. She said, hey, you need to get over here now. Mom just woke up. And I said, what? You serious? So I haul ass over there, man. I walk into the room, and the priest is already there, my brothers and sisters. So we all talked to my mom. She wasn't responding, you know what I mean? But we all talked to her, made peace with her. We prayed, and she just started breathing heavily, bro, and took her last breath.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Crazy, bro. My brother said, man, he said, I think she's waiting for you, bro.
She was, bro. That's crazy.
When y'all are talking to her, you could tell maybe she's not communicating, but you could tell she was there.
Yeah.
She was there.
We all hugged her, gave her our kisses, you know, told her what she meant to us. And it was heartbreaking, bro. It was heartbreaking, bro. Like to see that happen, bro. Like I seen like y'all, you know, they left y'all. Yeah. They did it on their own. I saw it, bro. And I mean, the selfish side of me, bro, wanted my mom to get up and walk out of that hospital, bro. But I knew God needed her more than we did, you know. And then not only that, bro, like I know she's made whole again because that's what the Bible tells me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
She has that peace.
Yeah. But I mean, I walked in, bro, and she looked up and laid back down and said, "Now I could go."
That's all, man. That's crazy, brother. Yeah.
It was crazy, bro. It was wild, man.
I thank God I got to see my dad take his last breath, man. Because I was his only kid. He had 12. And JP kind of knows the story. My brothers weren't talking to him, and they left it up to me. And that's my king, bro. You know, there was no way I could let him go. And when I made that decision, he wasn't kind of the same thing. He would sit up, and I told JP he wanted to go fight. He was like, we'll go whoop those mother. And we're like, Dad, chill out. You know, his eyes were already gray. You know, when they're gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I remember he sat up, and he was waiting for it. He wasn't going either. And my uncle came in, because at the time I wasn't talking to my two older brothers. We all kind of split up. And my uncle was like, I got a hold of your brothers. They're on their way from Austin, dude. And when that happened, I remember telling my dad, I whispered in his ear, I was like, your boys are coming. And within about 30 minutes, bro, all of his kids were there except for my two oldest brothers. And it was the most peaceful I've ever seen my dad, bro. He had all his kids. You know, my dad had like 12 kids. He had like 10 of his kids in the room, all on his bed, peaceful as could be. And I got to see him take his last breath, and it was like peaceful, bro.
He had to know.
Oh, he knew they're on their way.
They were on their way.
I told him, because I was like, because I was the man there. I was the boy. I was the oldest. I'm his third oldest kid, but the other two weren't there. And I told him, I whispered it. I was like, because he's my rey. You know, I believe in Christ and everything, and he is our king. But my dad was my first king.
No, for
I've always
sure,
called
dude.
him mi rey.
I call him my Superman.
Yeah. And I remember whispering in his ear, I was like, they're on their way, Daddy. I was like, you can go. And within 30 minutes, I was stroking his hair and take that last breath. And, you know what I
See,
mean?
you're at peace with that,
I am,
right?
brother. I have to be.
Me personally, I don't think I can. I don't think in my heart I could have handled that.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah,
It's tough.
exactly. Like I don't think I could handle that. I really don't.
It's just tough pill to swallow, but I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
Because seeing you say you got to see her, and there's peace, man. And I didn't get to say goodbye to my grandma, so I had some no closure there. So seeing my dad there, and that's my king, man, and see that last breath is, you know, I used to think, is he going out telling him Jesus loves you? You know, God, you know, he knew that. So yeah, I got that peace, and I'm grateful for
I
it.
saw my dad like just whittle down to a feather, bro. And in my mind, I'm still thinking a miracle can happen because
Oh, yeah.
they're like, you know, like a miracle can happen.
Yeah, you'd be crazy not to think that.
And
You know what
in
I'm
my
saying?
mind, I'm like, a miracle can happen and he could be cancer free tomorrow. And I work overnight. I wake up and my wife is like, hey, we got to go. Your mom just called and she said we got to go to your parents' house. It's like, for what? Like, I just saw my dad yesterday. Like, he knows that I'm working tonight. She's like, yeah, we got to go over there. I'm thinking in my head, like, fuck, man, is he cancer free? And I fucking get home. I get to my parents' house and I see my grandpa outside, and I'm like, this is bad news. And then I walk inside and my mom is crying, and I was just like, fuck, man, my dad's gone. And my mom was crying and she's like, your dad's gone. And I was just like, fuck. Up until the last fucking moment, man, I was just like, a miracle can fucking happen.
Oh, yeah, that's your
And
super
he
like you
did, bro.
said, bro.
He was made whole again. We just didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But I tell you all that because I don't think I could have seen his last breath.
It's hard, bro.
I don't think I could
it's
have
an
fucking
image that
handled
I don't. It's not how I want to see my mom, bro. You know what I'm saying? But to know that she was at peace gives me peace.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on, brother.
I don't wish that on nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an image that I want to see, you know? Whenever my wife's grandmother passed away, she didn't want to go to Dallas because she didn't want to remember her grandma like that. Tubes in her throat and in her nose. She said, man, that's not the image. And her sister battles with that, bro. She said, man, I saw my sweet grandma. That's how I remember her now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that the other images aren't there, but that image
That's what
is
you choose to
there.
remember, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it sucks, bro. And like, you know, my wife was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks, bro. It's nothing that I wish that, you know, nobody wants to see that. But just knowing that she's at peace and no longer suffering and able to walk again and do the things that she did before. Yeah. She got sick.
Like you said, you know,
peaceful to me, man.
she was healed, and it's crazy when you think about it, because when you cross over, you're not who you're about, you know. So, like when people say that cancer defeated, no, I don't think so. I think your pops crossed over and won that.
Yeah,
battle,
he
you
beat
know, and
cancer.
Man,
that's the way I
their
look at it.
very last breath here on earth was followed by the very first one
Come
in
on,
heaven,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, it's experiencing
You know what I'm
something.
And you know
It's an
what's
exchange.
crazy?
Come on, brother.
I've said this story 10, 20 times on the podcast, but was my mom said he reached out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. My mom used
and
to do that, too.
yeah. And
Stare
so
at the corner.
yeah, so when we're doing, I was so mad at his church because back then I didn't believe in God. Fuck God.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what you say. Fuck God. And my dad was like, you need to go to church. You need to go to church. You need to go to church. That's why I believe, like, his dying wish was like, I wish my son finds God. Yeah. Anyways, so we're fucking dealing with this guy at Rest Haven because that's where I want my dad's funeral. Fuck his church. We ain't going to his fucking church. None of them were there for him. Fuck them. So the guy wants to get to know us to like prepare his eulogy, and he asked like, did he reach out? And we were like, what the fuck? Yeah, he did. Like my mom was like, yes. Like that's crazy. Why'd you ask that? He said, Well, we've come to like our theory is like when you reach out, like you see angels and they're coming to take you to heaven, and that's why like he reached out, and my mom immediately started. We all started crying, but I believe that like because why on earth would someone on their deathbed just like all of a sudden reach up like?
Yeah, man, they gave us a book whenever my mom was in the hospital on like basically telling you how the body starts to depart.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, bro, because like my mom would take her pills and store them in the side of her cheek. She would like stare at the corner and reach out. Yeah. She would start talking about old family members that they've been dead for years. You know what I'm saying? But they're visiting her.
Yes, I've heard
you know
that.
what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro, how the body works, bro.
Wow.
I got that book, bro, and next time I come across you, I'll give you that book. It's interesting to read, bro, because once you start to read it, you'll start seeing things that your dad might have been doing before
That we never noticed.
Because I didn't know about it, bro.
That's beautiful, man.
You know, the storing of her pills and the reaching out and the memories that were coming back. Man, there was a time, like I'm her youngest son, she would call me her baby brother, bro. But then she's talking about her mom who's been dead since I was 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You don't even remember who I am, but you're talking about your mom.
exactly.
It's years been gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's because they're visiting her, bro. They're preparing her to come get her. Wow. It's wild, bro. It's crazy.
Fucking A.
It's a trip, bro. It's a trip.
That's
It's
insane.
interesting, bro.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'll find that book and I'll send it to you,
Please
bro.
do, bro. That's cool. That's cool, man.
Man, dude, we could sit here and chop it up for 4 more hours, bro. But I know it's getting late and everybody's got to go. Bro, I can't thank you enough for coming
Thank
by,
you, man. It's been a
it's
blast,
been
bro.
fucking fun.
It's been fun,
It's
bro.
been
We have to
fun,
do it
dude.
again.
Yeah,
Definitely, brother.
I most definitely will have you just say the word when you want to come
man.
on.
Yeah.
And fucking let's do it.
sir.
But before we go, man, can you plug and promote your DJ service, your lawn service, and both your podcasts, bro?
Yeah, for sure, man. Ant's Lawn Care. Man, I do any and everything, bro. There's not a whole lot that I don't do. If I can't do it, I'll find somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if you need anything done from leaf cleanup to Christmas lights, I know it's not that time of year, but, I do that. Mowing, haul-offs, whatever, man, I'll do it all. The number is 806-559-6511. Same number if you need a DJ for whatever, man, quinceañera, sweet 16s. I do elementary parties, middle school, whatever, bro.
Bar mitzvahs.
Whatever. Hey, I'll cut the yard. I'll get it ready for
Jack
the
of
party
all
that night,
trades.
bro. I'll do it all. So, yeah, man, I do that. And
Before you promote your podcast, I got to give it up to my boy, San Juan, man. I'm like, hey, man, plug and promote your restaurants. He's like, no, whatever you want to do. And that opened up my logic and thinking, there's so much food for all of us to eat, bro. So I had the one for the road, and he's a DJ. And DJ Kipo's my sponsor, bro. But he can only be hired one time on a Saturday
seriously.
night, bro.
Come on,
you know what I
heard
mean?
that, bro. Yeah.
Thomas is here. He fucking has a lawn service. He can only be hired. You just heard him say he's booked up.
Yeah.
There's so much food for all of us to eat,
yeah,
bro.
bro.
There's no hate in this fucking podcast for anybody, man. So it's all love. If you're a guest of mine, dude, plug and promote all
Please
that you
do, yeah.
like. I don't want anyone to ever feel like, he's got like, no, man, like for
I
real,
appreciate that, man. Yes,
So
sir.
can I plug my OnlyFans?
and not his OnlyFans, because we've seen DJ Kipo's shirtless posts.
I got one subscriber. It's myself. $7.99, baby.
No, but once again, plug and promote your podcast, bro.
The Let Me Find Out podcast, man, every Wednesday, and the Dogfellas podcast. That one's geared more towards a demographic, man, of breeders, whelpers, everything that we talked about before the
Drops some
podcast,
knowledge,
So we talk to all kinds of businesses, man, that have anything to do with the dog community, man.
Cool.
So, and then that airs every Monday, and they're on all platforms too. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, everything. You find us everywhere. So
All streaming
check it out,
services.
yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Hell
man,
yeah.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, Shanny, shout outs.
Man, shout out to my little brother Andrew Drewski Cuts. Man, he's cutting at Elevated Studios. They do some tattoos. Him and his little homeboy. Or not little.
He's a
homeboy,
barber and a tattoo
Or
artist.
no, he cuts the hair. Check it out. It's a shop. My brother cuts hair. His homeboy does tattoos, and his other homeboy does tinning.
okay.
So it's like 3 in 1. But
That's
they're
what's
good kids, good young dudes, man. And just shout out to them, man.
That's the dude gonna do your tattoo of the podcast?
Yeah, well, I'm actually looking for a tattoo artist. These dudes are making me. They're forcing me to get a tattoo. No,
Blake,
but
if you're okay.
So I guess it's fair to say this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This one.
So Thomas is going to get the tattoo of the logo.
not on a tramp stamp. So I once said I had to do it on my back. I was like, that's so 90s.
So I
need
guess
something
it's
to look
happening,
at.
man.
Yeah,
I guess it's fucking happening.
Yeah, bro.
We teased the idea
Yeah.
when Kipo was on the episode.
Yeah, I was
But it's
drinking
fucking,
and
it's gonna be fucking
I'm a
happening.
man of my word, man.
So these guys want me to record it and fucking
Yeah.
live stream it. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, but
So,
shout out
fuck
for
yeah,
having
man.
us on here, giving
Yeah.
us opportunities, bro. My life's changed for the better these last year and a half, almost 2 years now. People reaching out to me and just prayers and thoughts and like I
Yeah,
said,
bro.
running across
I
people.
mean, you
haven't seen in years.
deserve your
Likewise,
success,
brother.
bro. For
Salute.
real, man.
I appreciate
You
it,
really
brother.
do.
And I'm believing that now, so I appreciate it, man. Shout out to you too,
Fuck
bro.
yeah.
Much love.
So, Mr. San Juan, I already know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do none of my businesses. But shout out to my T-ball team,
Heck yeah.
Hell
the Texas
yeah.
Rangers.
With Southwest.
Southwest
Little League.
I'm the manager. This is the coach, Coach Rios over
That's
here.
right.
So if we're not any good, it's his fault.
Yeah.
I
We're
will
gonna have
fire
pizza-
him. That is my job.
We're gonna have pizza parties.
Yeah, pizza party. That's about it. But nah,
Yeah,
we
for
have
real,
that
man.
going. Shout out to Jimenez Burritos.
Dude,
Bakery?
They,
Yeah.
they invited me over there to try out some of their barbecue, and dude, I didn't know they had the sausage that they make themselves with an egg in it.
Yeah.
Shit was legit, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is really, really good.
I can't honestly stress. So I really would love to show love and support to them as much as I can, but I'm getting my eating habits on you know what I mean?
That's yeah.
So but me and Mark, we text back and forth through Instagram on a daily, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell him enough how much good him and his family, his mom,
Yeah.
his dad has put into this fucking world, that they deserve all the success in the whole wide
I see
fucking
them
world.
posting.
Man.
Well,
Amen,
I told
bro.
you that when I was a kid, they were really kind to me. His
Yes,
parents, and I didn't know
yes.
they were the same people. And
They-
then I was
yeah.
telling him, and he was like, "Yeah, that was my mom and dad off of university when I was a
That's
kid." Because I
badass.
grew up in the Overton.
Yeah, right there.
So so I was telling him, he was like, "Yeah, man." So, man, their food is on point. I
Yeah.
really, really like it. But Hills, but he was saying Hills was
Yeah,
close.
I
Hills
saw
about
that,
to shut
man.
down,
Yeah, I
man.
saw that, bro.
Yeah, man.
It kind of sucks because when craft barbecue is a fucking thing, but craft barbecue is craft barbecue prices.
Yeah,
and
very
this
true.
economy sucks ass, man.
true. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sad that they're gonna go, but they're not gone until April. So
Yeah, April 4th. he
fucking
said.
hit them up, man.
'em up,
Hit up
definitely,
hit
man.
up Hill Barbecue and show them all the love in the world. Tell them the JP Lopez show sent you because they deserve it. They are great fucking people, man. Joel and fucking Andrew deserve everything that they are great people.
Amen.
Along with Jimenez Bakery, once again they are great people. And Bubba and Bree, fucking great people. Hit up Bubba and Bree. Look for them on Facebook because I can't honestly tell you where they're gonna be at. They're usually at the First Friday Art
go,
Trail, and they're usually at the Friday
The midnight
Midnight
Cravings? Yeah,
Cravings.
okay, yeah,
They're
yeah.
usually at Midnight Cravings.
I still need to hit them up.
Hit
again.
them up. Hit up D-Lights. D-Lights
Yo,
Lubbock.
House, yeah.
Dude, shout out House. If I'm forgetting you and I'm missing you, I'm sorry, but I love you guys. But shout out Tigre Burrito, man. This motherfucker ain't gonna promote himself, but bro, like they're legit, man.
The
And
chalupas got me
once again, how far we are from the
Dude, it
restaurant.
should be. Dude, construction. I hate construction, guys. Crap. Nah. It's going well, man. So just waiting on some shit to come in. So hopefully by the end of this month or the beginning of next month.
Come on.
That's the plan. But like I said, we're looking for buildings here in Lubbock too,
Yeah.
man. Move into Lubbock also.
Let's do it.
But it won't be a Tigres though, but it'd be Americano food kind of shit. That's what I was telling
Yeah.
Mark. That's why I wanted the number. Because Mark knows everything that's happening
Yeah.
in here. Who's
He's got
going.
his ear to the
Dude, he
street
got
like a
stick-
motherfucker.
Dude's legit.
Yeah.
I really like that
Yeah.
dude, man. And when I tried his food out and stuff like that, I got his number. I didn't want to call him and tell him it was good. I wanted to go in person. So I made time to go in there. Took a couple days from my
Say, man,
busy
this
ass-
food sucks.
everybody's like, oh man, you seem like you're. I said, dude, you could ask JP. I'm always working.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
always doing
literally.
something, man.
Literally.
So, but I made time to go in there, talk to him, man, and that dude does know buildings that are coming up, who's going what and stuff like
Good.
that. So I wanted to get with him. So he told me a couple places
Get it, brother.
that
Get it.
were coming out. That's how I found out about Hills.
That's why I love all y'all.
Yeah.
Because y'all already know I live at work or I'm doing shit because you'll text me at like midnight and I won't get back to you until I wake up at 5 a.m. Or you'll text me at like 3 a.m. and I'm working overnight and I'm replying right back. Like, yeah, man, my schedule's all fucked and everyone understands it. So, yeah, I love all y'all motherfuckers. But shout out, for real. All right, if I forget you, I'm sorry, but shout out Frank Murillo. Shout out Adrian Puga. Shout out fucking Adam Martinez, Chris Martinez, Melissa and Domingo Villarreal, Eric Villarreal, Omar Villarreal. Shout out Francisco and Crystal Manzanares, Eric and Clara Martinez. Shout out, dude, if I forgot you, I'm sorry, but shout out everybody, man. Like, for real. I love and support each and every one of my friends, man. Like I said, if I fucking forgot you, I'm sorry. But for real, man, I love you guys. Thank you for being fans of the show. If you guys could help me out and listen to the fucking YouTube because they're already fucking shadow banning my ass. And if you could rate and review, subscribe and like and do all that other shit. But for real. And most importantly, I know we clowned on you, but I saved you for last. Shout out DJ Kipo.
That's right.
You guys needing graduation parties coming up, hire this man. And he can only work one party, so hire fucking hire
two on the show.
Hire Mr. Zimmerly for the other fucking
for
party,
real,
man.
for real.
So yeah,
Or
man.
Or if you need
Yeah.
naked photos of
And
laying
if
in
you
bed.
ever wanted like a
forget that.
sexy fucking photo
Yeah.
calendar for your loved one, holler at me. We'll get Kipo to do it in 12 months. So, all right, man. Until next time, guys. Read some books. Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Kipo. DJ Kipo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going, and hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Keepo 806. Once again, that's DJ KEEPO 806. Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806-544-7199. Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.